the Falcon Oval, but that's all right. Teams aren't out there yet, but they'll be here soon, right?
We're still excited. I mean,
the City of Champions.
You get the City of Championship trophy right here. You don't get the broadcast too often for my Thanksgiving Day Championship. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll have a great day.
Now, Quincy, both teams actually come in with the same record of 4-5. Looking to even up.
Both on different streaks, though. Quincy's lost 4 in a row. North has come off a pretty good streak. They've won 3 of the past 5 games. North started off a little weak with a 1-4 record, but they bounced back. Quincy, exact opposite of North, started off 4-1. Hit a slide. Played some great teams at the end of the season, though.
They've held strong, though. They haven't really got blown out at all this year. They lost big to BR.
But BR did a great team.
But they scored first. Wow, it's windy out here. They scored first against Barnstable, and Coach Shell was very happy about that. He thought
and they had a lot of chances against Barnstable also. I mean, they were down in their Barnstable's red zone quite a few times. They just couldn't capitalize. Everyone had a great game. Everyone was working on all cylinders. So I look for another great game today for Quincy.
And they played well against Silver Lake too, even though
they held one of the highest scoring offenses
to
in the state to 14
touchdowns. Yeah, that showed well. We earlier we checked the field a little earlier.
It's great conditions for the field.
Nice
I
and
don't
soft.
see anything wrong with the field.
Nope, except a key factors we've been saying all morning is that the punters are going to get recapped on. The wind is...
The flag blowing in the
if you can see
stadium
that, the
is
flag.
blowing quite rapidly. So look out for that. And punting is going to be really hard. Kickoffs are going to be another hard thing. And I don't see a lot of extra points. A lot of 2-point conversions today.
A lot of 2-point conversions. I see a lot of. I see them running the ball a lot. I know you disagree on that.
Yeah, I think Chris Pagoli from North, the quarterback, is a junior this year, making his first appearance in the North Quincy game. He has a great arm. Myself and John Fitzgerald went down to the practice field. He was throwing tight spirals. He has a really good arm. And I look for maybe not a lot of passing, but Coach McPhee won't be afraid to have him pass.
Yeah, I went down to Quincy High's practice field, and I did interviews with Danny Nickel, Stephen Wilshire, Pat Harrington, and Kevin Moore.
The 4 captains.
Yeah, and Coach Teller, but unfortunately the sound didn't come out, so we don't have that interview. So the one we're going to show is I have Coach Noble talking. He's talking a lot about the rivalry.
Yeah, right before Coach Noble, we have Coach Ken McPhee talking about the game and what it means to the players and everything.
Yeah, but when I was down there, all the Quincy players seem focused. Danny Nichols, Stephen Wilshire, they're ready. They say, why not 4 in a row? So you want to go to that now?
All right, okay, if you can see those highlights, please. We're here at Kavanaugh Field today in North Quincy. We're going to interview Coach Ken McPhee of the North Quincy football team. 3. We're here with Coach Ken McPhee from North Quincy. Coach, how's your team looking going into Thanksgiving Day?
Well, we're coming off a victory, which is something we're glad to have. We've had some ups and downs this year, but we're going to be healthy, and both the team that we put out there is the best one that we can put out there. So hopefully we'll be ready.
Now, speaking of your downs, you started off with a 1-3 record. How did you rebound for come back to now where you are?
Well, we had a tough loss the first one, and the next 2 games were really just got out of hand a little bit. But that's why you play a 10-game schedule. You prepare for each opponent every week, and the kids have rebounded pretty well. They've kept a pretty positive attitude about things, and we've won 4 games and with a possibility of 2 others. So we're doing okay, doing all right.
Now, where do you feel the strengths of this team lie?
Well, hopefully it's on our offense, but I think we've got a good, strong group of seniors that have given us pretty good leadership. They're a very enthusiastic group, and I think that that's the key to this game is what senior group comes in ready to play and pulls it off on Thanksgiving.
Now, speaking of your seniors, Mike Powers, Kevin Bowes, and Brian Wellesley, captains, how they responded to being the leaders of this team?
Well, it's an awesome responsibility. It's something that I guess every kid who plays football would like to have as a responsibility, but it doesn't come cheap. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of work involved. They're the ones that have really kept this group spirits up and kept the thing going. So they've done a great job with that. They're 3 of the better ones I've ever had, so they've done a great job.
Now, what does each captain bring to the team?
Well, each one does different things. Mike Powers is absolutely our best defensive player. Mm-hmm. He has 7 interceptions. He's a leading tackler on defense. Brian Wells pretty much runs our offensive line. He makes most of our calls for us, and he's one of the smartest kids I've ever coached. He's 1,350 on his college board. It's pretty good. And Kevin Bowe is just a big, tough, strong kid that people have to pay attention to, and he leads by his example on the field. So they all bring the similar things but different things to the team.
Now tell us, are you anxious to get a win on your belt after 3 straight losses?
Boy, I tell you, that's the question everyone's asking. You'd never want to lose a Thanksgiving Day game. We've lost 3 in a row by less than a touchdown, so it's been very difficult for us. But, again, it's one of those games that you never know who's going to win the game and who's prepared the best. And it's a team that goes out there that's ready to play on Thursday morning that's going to win this thing.
Now, finally, what must your team do to win this game?
No turnovers, no mistakes. Keep within themselves and don't try to do extra things that they can't do, and keep our offense on the field and the defense off the field.
Okay, we thank Coach McPhee, and hopefully we thank Coach Ken McPhee. A nice interview, and wish him luck on Thanksgiving Day. Now,
today we're here with Coach Noble, coach at Quincy High. Coach, you've coached in how many of these games?
This is going to be my 12th.
So you've seen a lot. What are some of your favorite moments of those 12?
Well, there's been quite a few. Certainly the last 2 have to rank up there as 2 of the more exciting games that I've been involved in. Both of them have come down to the last minute, and they've, as with all the games, there's always an element of surprise. There's always an element of not knowing what's going to happen. Virtually every one of the games that I've been involved in, very few of them have been decided early, so to speak, that made the game not very, that didn't contribute to making the game very interesting. So every single one of them, I think, in its own way, has been exciting.
Now, can you talk a little about what the sense you get from the rivalry, from the kids?
Well, the kids, it is without question. Again, this is just my opinion, but I think it's one that is felt by most people. This particular athletic event is probably the single biggest, and maybe the single biggest event period, as far as the school year is concerned. It is the one time, again, in my opinion, where the city really focuses on something involving not only the athletics in the city of Quincy, but the Quincy school system and the Quincy.
No, I know the kids. They get real set, like in their mind, they're ready to play like 2 weeks before. Now, do you as a coach, do you have to change? Do you change your game plan a little?
Well, we predicate our game plan on what we think the opposition is going to do from week to week. I mean, that's true of any one of the 10 games we play during the course of the season. Obviously, the North Quincy game has a certain degree of significance, to it, and the kids respond accordingly. We kind of, to a certain degree, it's kind of frustrating. We wish the kids would have the same degree of concentration and intensity over the first 9 weeks of the season than they seem to show over the last 10 days of the season.
No, I don't know if you want to answer this, but any predictions for us?
Well, obviously we feel we're going to win the football game. We've played, for the most part, we've played extremely well all year. Very few of the games that we've played were we not in the game and playing well. We think that we're, at this point in time, we think we're a better football team. And I'm sure if you went down and you spoke to Coach McPhee, and his staff, who is someone that I have nothing but the utmost respect for, he would say the same thing. That's the way it is.
All right, this time we'd like to wish both teams good luck, but and Coach Noble, have a good game. And thank you for your time. And now back to you.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. Welcome back. Coaches seem focused. I don't know.
They said both of them talked about how they both could wish they could have their players focused through the first 9 games than rather the last game. This is probably the biggest game for each team of the year, no matter what year it is, really.
Yeah, I think no matter what the records are, they throw them out for this game.
You have
the records are tossed.
You have to, because
it's Quincy versus North. They're 0-0. No, actually, Well, I don't know if you want to go back a couple of years. Quincy's 3-0, and like if
But
you
I
want to
mean-
do it that way,
I mean, yesterday we talked to Coach Cella off camera, and he said it doesn't matter. 3-0, you throw that out the door. You play one North Quincy game at a time. You don't go, oh, we're 3-0, we're 0-3. You play one at a time. So he's not worried about winning 4 in a row, winning 5 in a row. Coach McPhee's not worried about losing 4 in a row. I'm sure he is
Well,
worried
yeah,
about
you know
it.
they are.
But I mean, he's not looking at the stats saying, oh,
they're
we've lost the
they're
past
saying
3
it's
years.
for the seniors. It's
Yeah.
all for the seniors this year.
I mean, North Quincy seniors,
Haven't beat a
Brian
Quincy
Wells.
team.
Brian Wells, he's on one of the co-captains along with Kevin Bowes and Mike Powers, the co-captains. They've done a great job this year. Mike Powers is leading OCL, I believe. Interceptions was 7 or 8. So I look out for him. If Kevin Bowes is going to be throwing for Quincy, you got to look out for him, and because he'll be throwing in the backfield, defensive backfield. Then you got Brian Wells. He's a great offensive lineman and defensive lineman also. So he leads that team in this getting pumped up. And Kevin Bowes, he's a big guy. He's like 6'4", 6'5", left tackle for the North Quincy. A great guy, left tackle, and really hard to get around. So watch out for him also.
Yeah, Quincy High is led by Sean Fady. He has 9 touchdowns this year, couple of 2-point conversions. They're led by Stephen Mays, fullback. Kevin Moore, the first-year quarterback, stepped in and did a great job this year, 700 yards passing.
Yep.
The line anchored by Nickel and Wilshire, the 2 captains, 3-year starters.
And both of them are OCL first-team
OCL
All-Stars.
first-team All-Stars. Fady was the second team.
Yep.
The other ones are Jamel Copeland. He stepped in this year, did a great job. Who's the other one?
Jason Crossman or
Jason
Mike
Crossman or Mike Chenette. That's right.
Super sophomore.
Sophomore sensation. Defensively, they return their backfield. They got Mike Lenski.
Yep. He's a junior.
Mike
He's
Lenski,
looking good.
John Katsarikis, and Kevin Moore is going to step in and play strong safety today.
Look for a couple surprises, I bet you, in the Quincy backfield. North Quincy backfield also.
D-line and linebackers Stephen Mays and Mike Chenette.
Yep. Big Sean
D-line,
Fitzpatrick.
Sean Fitzpatrick, Danny Nichols, Stephen Wilshire. Look to have a big game today. Stephen Mays at linebacker. Look for some surprises on both offensively and defensively.
Both teams have a lot of seniors playing the last game. Neither team was in the Super Bowl hunt this year, really. They're both pumped for this game. No matter what, this is going to be the last game. They're going to be playing as hard as they can. Their coaches want to win this game just as much as the seniors do. And the juniors and sophomores want to win for the seniors because they've seen in past years how seniors have won their last game or how they've lost their last game. And you can see these people for the rest of your lives. As Coach Doble said, yep, and the sun's finally coming out here at the stadium. But North Quincy, talk about the year a little, started off 1-4. Really dismal. They were getting spanked in the beginning. Lost a couple games by 20 points. And finally, the seniors stepped up. Mike Powers, he's not fullback, and as we said before, playing defense in the defensive backfield. He stepped it up. He's getting close to 900 yards, I believe. He had a couple touchdowns. And, not much you can say about the North Quincy backfield. They've done a great job. They stepped it up. Chris Fagoli, he's a junior quarterback. He's done a great job in his first year starting quarterback. As I said before, he has a great arm. He throws tight spirals every time he throws the ball. And he can run the ball also. Kevin Moore can also run the ball. So look for a lot of options possibly tonight.
What I look for today is the experience and the fans are starting to pile in here. What I look for today is the experience of the line.
Yep.
I think the line is going to come down. I think Quincy has a better line, but North looks to be maybe a little more.
Well, both lines have a couple of great players. Brian Wells and Kevin Bowes for North. I think you have to look at Danny Nichols and Stephen Wilshire.
Yeah.
Both 3-year starters. I don't know what to say. Both the 4 guys we just mentioned, they're doing a great job this year. They dominate their positions.
All right, now we have a couple of season highlight tapes. You want to send into those?
Okay, now the first highlight tape we have is of North Quincy, and show some of the great plays they have, so we can see that highlight, please.
Riders on the soul. North Quincy they didn't have the best year, but 4-5 ain't bad, and here they come
Speaking
now.
of North Quincy, they're pulling in.
Speaking
When
of
we're at
North,
the
here they
highlights,
come now.
Quincy's already
Quincy
on the
was
field.
behind us a minute ago.
Coaches have been inspecting the field. Players going out, doing a little run and warming up. Speaking of Quincy, they had a pretty good year in the beginning of the year. Started off 4-1.
To reiterate,
to talk about that again, they beat some pretty good teams. They beat Plymouth South in a really close game here at the stadium about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Played a good game. Then they played Bridgewater, and then that kind of killed them a little. Bridgewater, really good team in the OCL, and they just held their offense to a really low scoring and offensive output.
now
Then they played Silver Lake, as we said before, and that was one of the best games I've seen Quincy play. They lost that game. They played a great game, holding the quarterback John Bond to minimal passing yards, and he's one of the top quarterbacks in the state in passing.
even the Barnstable game wasn't that bad. I mean, they got on the board early, but then as Coach Chella and many of you have seen the show before, we had the highlights on. They didn't play all that bad, and that's how the season went. He said that on the show that was Saturday, which was done by Don Hayes, which was that we were a team that what was it like?
They were a team that would
stay close. They'd stay close,
yeah.
and they couldn't get over that hump. They couldn't, I don't want to say beat the good teams, but they couldn't stay in there.
They kept on playing real good, getting so close, and yet they were so far away. They just couldn't get over that big hump, and they just needed that one big offensive output, and they just weren't getting that in the late part of the season.
All right, now now we got the Quincy High highlight tape, so we can see that now. And we're back.
While we're away,
time to
look
wrap
at
it
the
up.
field. It's looking busy.
Yep.
The sun is completely out now. I don't know what to say. It looks like it's going to be a great game. The sun's coming out, as we said. It's going to be still a little cold. Wind's going to be a factor in the game. But what are you going to do? One of our friends, John Fitzgerald, just showed up. But hey, the show's almost over. That's okay, Fitzy.
All right, Brooke, wrap it up. What do you see in this game?
I want to see lots of running. Not too many extra points are going to be kicked. There's going to be a lot of two-point conversions, I believe. Monday morning, 52 Connington Street. This trophy's going to be there.
All right, real quickly, the team who plays mistake-free football is going to win this game. I don't know, it's too evenly matched to say. But anyways, for John Cleary, I'm Sean Walsh, and this is Sports Wrap. But stay tuned after the game for a little post-game wrap-up. Now we want to send it to our friends Jason Swan and Don Hayes.
To Turkey Day 1997. I'm Don Hayes. I'm here with Jason Swan. How you doing, Jason? Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. Doing excellent.
Oh, okay. It's about 30 degrees in here. It's 30 to 40 mile an hour winds today. Feels a little sloppy. Whoever gets the win today is going to have a good time, and whoever's against it's going to have a bad time.
Yeah, Don, I was down on the field about 15, 20 minutes ago. It's nice and soft in the middle of the field. The outskirts are a little moist as well. It's going to be a little bit sloppy, but it's not hard and compact. These players shouldn't have that tough of a time.
All right, but more about that in a little while. First, in other action today, Super Bowl bids on the line. Xaverian and St. John's Prep, Bridgewater Raynham and Silver Lake, and Weymouth and Walpole. Winners go to Super Bowls. Another Old Colony League action. Barnstable is at Falmouth, Coyle Cassidy at Taunton, Plymouth North at Plymouth South, and Nauset is at Dennis Yarmouth. And
Don, games played last weekend. The Quincy freshmen shut out North Quincy 14-0, and the JV shut out North Quincy 8-0 in awful conditions last weekend.
yeah, terrible, awful, rainy, cold, windy. But anyway, more on all that stuff later. First, I'm going to talk about the North Quincy Red Raiders. So hold on. Okay, a little bit about the North Quincy Red Raiders. This year they're 4-5. They come in 129 points for, 191 points against. They average 14 points a game. They average giving up 21 points a game. In the overall series on Thanksgiving, North Quincy is on the shy side. 27 wins, 32 losses. There have been 5 ties. Their last victory was in 1993, a 14-7 win. North Quincy, when they have the ball, they're going to look to get it to Jay Turner, who's got 6 touchdowns. Mike Powers has 5. Frank McNamara 5. Mark Stanton 1. Chris Bergoli has 8 touchdown passes, and this is his first year at starting quarterback. Chris likes to look for Frank McNamara, Mark Stanton, and Mike Powers out of the backfield. When North Quincy wins, they average 22 points a game and giving up 11. When they lose, they average 8 and giving up 28. The defense, for the most part in the season, has played pretty good. They allowed 82 points in 2 games, 40 to Falmouth and 42 to Silver Lake. You throw out those 2 games, the North Quincy D has been a pretty consistent group this year, highlighted by Mike Powers' 7 interceptions. I would like to congratulate Old Colony League first team members Mike Powers, Kevin Bowes, and second team members Jay Turner and Jim Callahan. Now, for a look at the North Quincy seniors and their cheerleaders, let's take a look.
Number 82, Joe Flores, wide receiver, defensive back. Number 17, Brian Linsky, defensive end. Number 88, Mark Stanton, wide receiver, defensive back. Number 30, Tim Kennison, wingback, flanker. Number 69, Matt Allen, offensive guard, offensive tackle. Number 71, center, Jim Callahan, all-league, second team all-league selection. Number 44, Dan Tolan, defensive end. Number 78, Mike Douglas, offensive tackle, defensive tackle. Number 39, Sean Fitzgerald, defensive back, wide receiver. Number 77, offensive guard, defensive tackle, Chris Robinson. Number 45, wide receiver, defensive back, Matty Kane. Number 24, strong safety, wing back, fullback, Manny Vasquez. Number 22, defensive back, Derek Chamberlain. Number 25, cornerback, Ryan Deschler. Number 33, tailback, defensive back, second team All-League selection, Jay Turner. Number 65, offensive tackle, defensive end, first team All-League selection, co-captain Kevin Bowes. Number 13, fullback, free safety, All-League selection, co-captain Mike Powers. Number 61, offensive guard, nose guard, linebacker, co-captain Brian Wells.
Hi, my name's Kate Mealy. I'm a senior and a co-captain. I just want to say good luck, Red Raiders.
Hi, my name is Christina Ladopoulos. I'm a senior captain. I just wanted to say go Red Raiders.
Hi, my name's Julie Welts. I'm a senior. I just want to say good luck, North Quincy.
Hi, my name's Claire Lee and I'm a freshman. I just want to say go Raiders.
Hi, my name's Stephanie Oakes. I'm a sophomore. I just want to say let's go North.
Hi, my name's Shannon Burke. I'm a junior. I want to say scalp the president.
Hi, my name is Renee Tasney. I'm a junior, and I just want to say good luck, North Quincy.
Hi, my name is Helen. I'm a junior, and I just wanted to say go North.
Hi, my name is Ashley Loudon. I'm a freshman. Good luck, North.
Hi, my name is Janelle Jimenez, and I'm a sophomore. Also, another sophomore, Erica Limoncelli, cannot be here because she's sick. I just want to say beat Quincy.
Hi, I'm Tammy Shea, and I'm a sophomore. Go North.
Hi, I'm Jessica Green. I'm a sophomore, and I just want to say go North.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Marshall. I'm a sophomore, and I just want to say let's go North Quincy.
Hi, my name is Amanda Barron. I'm a freshman. I just want to say good luck, Raiders.
Hi, my name's Linda Nguyen, and I'm a freshman, and let's go NQ.
Hi, my name is Amy Ladopoulos, and I'm a freshman, and I just want to say go North.
Barron, I'm a freshman. I just want to say good luck, Raiders.
Hi.
Number 2, Brian Dunn, wide receiver, defensive back, also punts and kicks off for us. Number 10, Stephen Mays, linebacker, fullback, kicks extra points, and is on all special teams. Number 13, Kevin Moore, quarterback, defensive back. Number 30, Patrick Carrington, defensive back. .35, Tim Lewis, fullback, linebacker. .44, Sean Faherty, running back, defensive back. Number 53, Tom Kelly, offensive center. Number 68, Dan Nickel, offensive tackle, defensive tackle. Number 70, Greg Jaskinia, offensive tackle, defensive tackle. Number 75, Jay Crossman, offensive guard, defensive tackle. Number 76, Stephen Wiltshire, offensive guard, defensive end. Number 85, Jim Quigley, tight end, defensive end. Number 88, Kevin McPartland, split end, defensive back, and also an outside linebacker. Missing from the picture is number 79, Jamal Copeland, who was an offensive tackle for us and couldn't make it today.
Hi, my name is Kristen DeBon. I'm a senior, and I'd like to say good luck to the Quincy Presidents and beat those Raiders.
Hi, my name is Janice Lyden. I'm a senior. I'd like to say good luck to the Quincy High School football team. Beat North Quincy.
Hi, my name is Alicia Colley. I'm a senior, and I'd like to wish the Quincy High School Presidents good luck.
Hi, my name is Carrie Pachuto, class of 98. I'd like to say good luck to the Quincy High School Presidents.
Hi, my name is Sarah Churchill. I'm a senior, and I'd like to say good luck, Quincy. Beat North.
Go Quincy.
Hi, my name's Chrissy Chichi, and I'm a junior. I'd like to say good luck to the presidents.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Roberts, class of 2000. Go Quincy!
Hi, my name is Kristen Perry, Jr., and I'd like to say raise the roof, Q.
And he was an all Eastern tackle. He played in the North-South game, and of course Joe Paterno played on the same team. And Rip Engel went to Penn State, and then Joe went there as an assistant. Of course, you know what happened to Joe Paterno after that. He stayed there for all these years as one of the top college coaches in the country. But Lloyd Hill was a great football player. He played for Brockton High. I played against him in the Jamboree game way back, and he was a great ball player. He's done a great job at Quincy High, and we hate to see him go and retire, but he certainly deserves it after all these years. He's a great gentleman, a fine man, and we wish Lloyd, all of us do from JDA, all the best.
Absolutely, and the Quincy High fight song just played, and now the band director, Robert Coviello, I believe it is, will lead the combined bands of Quincy and North Quincy in our national anthem. Our national anthem from the combined bands of Quincy and North Quincy High School. Quincy, the home team there in their blue uniforms with the white numbers, the blue helmets with Quincy across both sides. North in their road uniforms, white jerseys with the black numbers with the red piping and black pants, and the black helmets with the arrowhead and NQ across them. North, the visiting team on the far side, led by Coach Ken McPhee. Quincy, the home team this year, led by their head coach, Peter Cella. And John Nicholson is Set to go out with the captains, Kevin Moore, Pat Harrington, Dan Nickel, and Steve Wilshire for Quincy. For North, it'll be Brian Wells, Kevin Bowles, and Mike Powers. So they're heading out to the middle of the field. Let's go to John.
All right, Charlie, thank you very much. And I think the referee is now going to introduce the co-captains to each other. And they are shaking hands, following which we will have the traditional toss of the coin. And I'm going to hand it right to the referee.
Gentlemen, let me introduce my fellow officials for today's game. On my left is Mr. McNeil. He's the field judge. He'll be on the Quincy side of the field. I might remind you that that's an official clock, therefore there'll be no 2-minute warning at the end of the second and fourth periods. If the clock becomes non-operational during the game and we keep time on the field, Mr. McNeil will have the time on the field. You direct any timing questions to him. Mr. Devine is in the middle and he's the umpire. If there's a question as to the legality of your equipment at any time during the game, you direct that question to Mr. Devine. Mr. Jennings is on my right. He is the head linesman. He will be on the North Quincy side of the field. We'd appreciate your cooperation in keeping your teammates in back of those sticks so we can operate the chain crew. My name is Mr. Sutcliffe, and I'll be your referee.
And Mr. Sutcliffe, the referee, has just handed the microphone back to me as he needs both hands to conduct the toss of the coin. And here it goes. It's in the air. Tails called by the Red Raiders. And the Red Raiders have won. And they are going to do it, Charlie. They are going to defer.
Yeah.
So
what
you called that one right. So that was the toss of the coin. It was won by the North Quincy Red Raiders, and they are going to defer until the second half. That means that they will have the wind to their back, and they will have the advantage of the wind in the fourth quarter. And I'm moving away here just so I don't get trampled.
You are a wise man, John. You have been trampled too many years.
Charlie, if I can just hold it down here for a second. Quincy Mayor Jim Sheets is standing here on the sidelines, and Mayor, we have a great day for a football game.
Oh, it's a terrific day, and there's a good crowd here, and boy, there's a great spirit here as well. And you know, it's kind of going to be interesting with this wind we have. It's going to carry that football in different directions, and the passers and the kickers are going to have a lot of fun today. But you know, the young people are all excited, and the crowd's excited, and you know, this is just a tremendous tradition here in the city of Quincy. It just goes on and on and on, and I think it's representative of the type of city that we have.
We always have a great game here on Thanksgiving morning.
You know, I don't care whether it snows, rains, or what happens. It's always a good game, and the people always enjoy it. And they just add another page in the chapter of the tradition of rivalry between these two great schools.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Enjoy the game. All right, Charlie, we'll send it back up to you.
All right, thank you very much, John. Tell the mayor I now have a Point Park College decal on my car. I was a student there in Pittsburgh, and he was a teacher there, although we never met, but back a couple of years ago.
Charlie, this is the 65th game this year, and Quincy has won 32 of the games, North 27, and there are 5 ties, so it's been a pretty close series over the years, and this should be a real good ball game. The sun is shining bright here now, and the crowd is starting to come in. As you said, they're always coming in late, and all the cheerleaders, thank goodness, they're dressed in good heavy pants and jackets, so they're not going to freeze down on that sideline. So it should be a great game. I can see all the red, of course, across the field, and the visitors on the North Quincy side, and we're facing that red and black over there and the blue and white down below us. And the field is in great condition. The grounds crew has done a marvelous job. A big red N and a big blue Q out in the middle of that field. So here we go.
Mike Powers set to kick off, gets it away, and it is going to roll into the end zone and be called a touchback from there as it went over Kevin McPartland's head. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for Quincy on offense. Jim Quigley, the tight end. Dan Nickel at left tackle. Jason Crossman, the left guard. Tom Kelly, the center. Right guard, Steve Wilshire. Jamel Copeland, the right tackle. Kevin Moore at quarterback. The tailback is Sean Faherty. Steve Mays, the fullback. Brian Dunn will be the flanker, and Kevin McPartland, the wide receiver. We'll give you the North defense in just a moment. As Quincy comes up to the ball, the officials getting things set I think you heard the whistle, and we are set for the first play from scrimmage. Quincy defending the south goal. The goal to our right. They have the wind in their face here in the first quarter. Play action, fake, no, handoff straight ahead to the 20, up to the 25-yard line goes Sean Faherty, right up the middle on a draw play. The North Quincy defense, Brian Linsky will be at defensive end. Kevin Bowles will be at the other end. The tackles are Joe Donahue and Mike Douglas. The nose guard is Brian Wells. Linebackers will be Frank McNamara, Manny Vasquez in the defensive backfield, Mike Powers, Kevin Turner, Matt Kane, and Ryan Deschler. It is 2nd down and 5 for Quincy. Wide man goes in motion, handoff to the tailback, nothing doing there, right up the middle of the field. North Quincy's Dan McDonough did a good job of taking the ball carrier out. It's going to set up third. They give him a half a yard, so it'll be 3rd down and 4. Both teams coming in at 4 and 5 into this game.
Yeah, Charlie, they're in a 5-3. North Quincy surprised me. I thought they'd be up at a 4 and doing a little stunning, but they seem to be waiting on that 5-3 to Quincy to make their move.
Receivers left and right. The ball left hash mark. Line of scrimmage, the 26-yard line. Quarterback rolls out of the pocket. This is a keeper. He goes around the end. He's up near, and he has the first down as he falls forward to the 31-yard line. Quarterback keeper, I'm not sure if that was a keeper all the way for Kevin Moore or if he had the option, but he took it for 5 yards and a first down for Quincy.
Yeah, he had the trail. It was an option play, but he never pitched it. He saw the end get pinched in, so he took it and went right over the marker and got that first down. Nice play by the quarterback.
As the Presidents come out, line of scrimmage, their own 32-yard line, just underway. 11-minute quarters being played here at the stadium. We are scoreless. Handoff to Faherty, hits the middle of the line and nothing doing. Brian Diptula, making the stop for the North Quincy Red Raiders. They do give him half a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
You got a great matchup there with Nickel at 6'1", 235, and Chris and Kevin Bowes at 6'4", 230. So you got a great matchup on the tackle situation, the right-hand side of the Quincy line.
Presidents come out. They split Brian Dunn wide to the right. The ball is right hash mark again. The wind is in Quincy's face here in the first quarter, and it is a very strong 40-mile-an-hour wind, and the handoff to Faherty goes left side, 35 over the 40 to his own 41-yard line goes Sean Faherty. Gain of about 8 yards. He's going to be maybe a yard shy of a first down. Mike Powers coming up from the secondary to bring him down.
Great, Charlie. That was a great executed, what they call a counter trap. Faherty took a step to his right. The guard pulled, opened up the tackle hole. The fullback let up inside, and he picked up great yardage. A well-executed play by Quincy.
So it's first down, 1st and 10. They did give him enough yardage for the first down. And there's some movement, and we're going to have our first flag of the day. North pointing that Quincy jumped off. They had a man in motion. I think they're accusing Quincy of having 2 men moving, and indeed they do, so it'll cost them 5, and it will be 1st and 15 for Quincy.
Yeah, you know, Charlie, this is what's hurt Quincy all year, and I hope they don't start off again for their sake, because that's what's been killing. They get good drives going, and then they've been shooting themselves in the foot by stupid penalties. So let's hope that for Quincy's sake they don't do it, but North likes that.
1st and 15 from their own 37-yard line. Man in motion, handoff to the fullback. Straight ahead over the 40 to the 43-yard line goes Steve Mays. Getting some good blocking out in front. Jim Callahan making the stop for the North Quincy Red Raiders. That's a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they did give that ball to Mays. Now, they're keying on Faherty, but as I said earlier, Mays is a good runner. And if they give him that ball up the gut, he will pick up yardage, consistent yardage for him. So, yeah, I think they're going to vary their attack. If they do, they'll be in good form. But North has got to stop Fahey off tackle and Mays up the middle. They got to tighten that defense.
It is Faherty and Mays. Now the wide man goes in motion from left to right to give to Faherty, trying to cut to the right side. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Penalty flag is thrown. Mike Powers making the stop for the North Quincy Red Raiders. We'll see where the flag thrown on the Quincy side, but and it's going to be holding against Quincy. So this will move them back, and as Tom said, Quincy has been victimized quite a bit this year by penalties. The North Quincy captains telling our referee to move them back. So it will be second down and long yardage for Quincy. We have 6:44 to go in this first quarter. We are scoreless here at the stadium, Quincy and North Quincy.
Yeah, I can see, Charlie, I can see that hold over here. Somebody was holding the end, one of the backs, or maybe Quincy's offensive end. I couldn't pick it up, but it was a definite hold. I saw it, but Powers did a great job on stopping that play. He's a good corner over there.
Dunn comes out wide. Faherty comes out wing left, just one man, that's Mays in the backfield. He gets the handoff, fumbles the football, picked up by Quincy, but it's going to be a loss of another 10 yards as Kevin Moore recovered the fumble as Dunn had it popped out after a good hit. I believe it was Brian Wells that popped it loose for North Quincy, but now Quincy in deep trouble. The line of scrimmage is all the way back to their own 26-yard line. It is going to be third down and 27. Sounds about right.
Yep. Now that North Quincy line is playing great football right now. They're getting penetration on Quincy, just one-on-one. They're taking them on.
Dunn calling signals. Faherty is wide left. Receiver also wide right, and it's a draw play to Mays, and he's only got about 2 yards and is down, and it'll be fourth down. Kevin Bowes making the stop. So Peter Cella trying to catch North Quincy, looking pass, goes for the draw play, and it only picks up a couple of yards. So fourth down, and with the wind in their face, Quincy will be forced to punt. Back deep will be Jay Turner, set to receive this.
Bowes, Charlie, is a big tackle. He hasn't been playing ball up to his expectations, but from Kenny told me this week, they really got him psyched up for this ball game.
Brian Dunn will do the honors. He stands at his own 15-yard line. You can see his uniform flapping in the breeze. Gets a good snap from center and just line drives it out. It bounces at the 48 and dies right there at the 49-yard line. That's where North will start their first series. 4:39 to go in the first quarter. We are scoreless. We'll be right back.
I'm not cutting it.
Just a couple of yards. It'll be second down and 8 for Quincy. The defense looks like this. Steve Wilshire and Jim Quigley are the ends. Sean Fitzpatrick and Dan Nickel are the tackles. Nathan Dorosario is the nose guard. Bill Armstrong, one linebacker. It'll be Steve Mays and Dan Kelly at the others. Pat Harrington and the deep backs are Faherty and Dunn. Will give you the North offense. Now one play run down to the 45-yard line. For North Quincy, the tight end is Frank McNamara. Kevin Bowes, the right tackle. Chris Robinson, the right guard. Jim Callahan, the center. Brian Wells, the left guard. Mike Douglas, the left tackle. Quarterback is Chris Begoli. Tailback is Jay Turner. Mike Powers, the fullback. Wide receiver is Mark Stanton. Matt Kane is the wingback. So we've introduced offense and defense for both teams. It is third down and 5 for North Quincy as Begoli brings them out. Backs off set Wingman right goes in motion to the left. It's a pitch to Turner up the middle, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Nice defense by Quincy as they just close the hole. Steve Mays leading the defense along with Nathan Dorosario. And it will be 4th down, and North Quincy will be forced to punt 3 plays from scrimmage, and all they could come up with was 5 yards.
Well, as I said earlier, Charlie, that's what Quincy's going to do. They're going to slide across that line, try and stretch that play out, which they did. They knocked their 3 blockers out in front, and Turner had a cut back inside, and there was the tackle and the guard were just waiting for him and stuffed them on that play.
Mike Powers will do the punting for North Quincy as McPartland, and it gets by him. Powers picks it up. He's in trouble, and he's going to be covered at the 40-yard line as Quincy didn't really rush, but they came in as Powers with some indecision. He looked like he could have gotten the kick off, but Mike Chenette came in and downed him at the 40, and it'll be Quincy ball, 1st and 10.
Yeah, I think the ball went off a little bit to his left side. He had trouble handling it, and then he dropped and tried to pick it up. But as you say, he might have time, but I think he played it smart by hanging on to it.
So it'll be 1st down for the Presidents as Moore getting Mays out of the backfield and flagged down, and to give to Faherty. Faherty for just about a yard to the 39-yard line. Stop for North Quincy made by Matt Kane. But we do have a penalty flag, and let's see what the call looks like. It's going to go against Quincy. They're talking to the North captains. It's offside, against North Quincy.
Yeah, that's the first one against North.
So that'll cost him 5. It'll be 1st down and 5. It'll move the ball to North Quincy's 35-yard line. They mark it actually at the 34-yard line. So let's see if Quincy can capitalize on the North miscue. No score in this football game with 2 minutes 11 seconds to go in the first quarter. This game being brought to you by our many fine sponsors. Our featured sponsor today, the Buick Store, South Shore Buick at 50 Adams Street in Quincy. On 1st down and 5. Backs off set to give straight ahead to the tailback, Nathan Dorosario, and he gets maybe a yard to the 33-yard line. Stop for North Quincy made by Jim Callahan, and it will be 2nd down and 4. Looking at the far side, Coach Ken McPhee pacing the sidelines, looking in. And on the near sidelines, it is Peter Cella doing the same for his squad. 2nd down. Quincy, as we said, moving right to left in this first quarter with the wind in their face to give it to Faherty. Faherty, a little stutter step, but it doesn't fool anybody from North Quincy as they just stuffed him right at the line of scrimmage. Jim Callahan leading the defense along with Manny Vasquez. So it'll set up a 3rd down, and Tom, I think whatever Faherty does, he's going to have company today with blue jerseys.
Yeah, that's what I said before, that they're going to try and stuff him off that off tackle. That's where he likes to run. He starts off, he's going to run the end, makes that quick cut up in the off tackle, but North Quincy is waiting for them.
3rd down. 3rd and 4. Mays goes in motion. Quarterback keeper straight up the middle inside the 30 to the 29. It should be a 1st down. Nice fumble play by Kevin Moore. Let's see, fumble, and see, North Quincy recovers.
Oh boy.
And that was a nice run by Moore. He stretched for the 1st down and coughs up the football. So it'll be North ball.
Yeah, he was running the option, and somebody just caught him around the ankle. And as you said, Charlie, he started to stretch, and he put the ball out in front of him, which you don't want to do. And by doing that, as he hit the ground, the ball popped out of his hands, and of course, North Quincy's got the ball, and that brings North Quincy out of a deep hole that they were in.
All right, so the Red Raiders come out 1st and 10. Sorry we didn't call a fumble. We were looking away because we thought that The quarterback was down as he stretched down, but the officials ruled that he was not down, and it was a live ball. Handoff straight ahead for just a yard. It'll be second down. Line of scrimmage is North's own 30-yard line as the Red Raiders have 3 and out their first series, and now they have it for the second series, and we have reached the end of the first quarter, and we are still scoreless. Quincy, North Quincy will be back in just a minute.
That's the end of a scoreless first quarter here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, Johnny. And we said it was going to be a game of turnovers, and North Quincy capitalized first.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe Donahue falls on a Kevin Moore fumble at the North Quincy 28-yard line, and the Red Raiders stop a Quincy drive. That would have been, actually, that was the third first down that Quincy picked up in the first quarter. Territorial advantage so far to Quincy.
Yeah, North Quincy kicked the ball up first. Quincy come out, got 2 first downs. Looked like they were moving the football. Then North Quincy's defense played solid D. Quincy punted. North Quincy had a bad snap on their punt. Tell us about that, Tony.
Yeah, mistakes are even at 1 so far. They were back in deep punt formation. A bad snap, wasn't handled. He ran around with it a little bit, couldn't kick it away, couldn't get outside, and North Quincy, lucky to recover that fumble right now. Mistakes even at 1 apiece.
Yeah, that fumble by Mike Powers on the punt really bailed Quincy out. Let's send it back up to WJDA now for second quarter action.
Certainly, they have had a very fine season.
It's a shame they're not going, Charlie, because they got a great football team. We've covered them the last 3 weeks, and we both know that that's a Super Bowl caliber team, and it's too bad if they can't go. But of course, Walpole is a perennial Super Bowl contender, so they play good football down there in Walpole. So that should be one heck of a game today for the chips are really on the line.
Well, Weymouth had a chance second week of the season against Wellesley, and they lost to them, and that's why they're in the situation where they have to hope somebody else knocks Wellesley off. As North comes up to the ball, there's some movement, and this is going to go against North Quincy, a 5-yard penalty for illegal procedure. Let's get a comment from John Nicholson down on the sideline, and well, you haven't seen much passing so far, John. I don't think you will today.
Well, I think you're right, Charlie. I don't think there will be a lot of passing today. It's really one of those head-banging, grind-it-out kind of games. Both teams sticking to the ground, and it's a little tough to move the football today.
All right, so second down and 14 for North Quincy. Line of scrimmage, their own 25-yard line. Bergoli on the handoff straight ahead to Jay Turner, and he's got maybe 1, if that, as this game is going to be won in the trenches. John Casares making the stop for the Quincy Presidents. Bob Cuther calling the defensive signals for the Quincy Presidents. And looking over at the far side, the Coach Ken McPhee pacing back and forth. He has not won this Thanksgiving Day game for the last 3 years, and I'm sure he is very much looking for a win today. Third down and 12. Quarterback back to pass. Rolls out to the right. Looking, throws it. Oh. And it is incomplete as it was intended for Mark Stanton, but Bergoli just couldn't lay it in there. North has the wind in their face in the fourth quarter. So now North will go back to punt, and the line of scrimmage a lot deeper. So North has got to get this punt off, or they're going to hand Quincy the ball almost in the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, that's the sprint out play that spin out pass North Quincy likes to run, and Quincy, of course, was waiting for that. Had great pursuit from the backside of the line as well as the front side, and the ball was thrown offside. But this punt, he's back very short, only about 12 yards. So Quincy, all team is coming on this one.
Yep, 11 men at the line. Powers takes the snap, gets it away, and it hits that wind, and it goes about 7 yards. It bounces at the 34-yard line and down by North. So Quincy will have it in great field position. We're scoreless and we'll be back.
At the half series.
All right, thank you very much. As Kevin Moore throws a pass out, and it is intercepted by North Quincy at the 13-yard line. And it will be 1st and 10 for the North Quincy Red Raiders, as Quincy in great field position and could not convert.
Thank you.
And the Red Raiders come out. Line of scrimmage will be their own 18-yard line, as North Quincy moving from right to left.
Oh, great.
As Brigoli calling signals, backs off, set as he fakes to 1 minute. No, he gives it to Turner. And now we've got a penalty flag, and we're going to have a personal foul here as Tempers getting a little bit heated here. And we'll see what the call is going to be. It will be a personal foul, and it's going to be against Quincy. So that's going to move North Quincy out 15 yards, out from the shadow of their own end zone. And a second penalty on the day against Quincy. North has had one called against them.
Well, that's Quincy can't be doing that. They do that just about every ball game. Somebody opens their mouth or says something or gets in a jam with another player, and it really hurts them. That's a big break for North Quincy. Gets them out of bad field position down in that their own area.
Ball at their own 29-yard line for North Quincy now, as the give going to the fullback, Mike Powers, and he's over the 30 to about the 31-yard line, so just a gain of a couple of yards. It'll be second down, as you can say 3 yards in a cloud of dust today, as that's the way both teams approaching this. Ball's been in the air once, and Quincy threw an interception. No, it's going to be a battle of the lines and the running backs, if you will. Receivers left and right, fullback and the left half. The give to the left half, that's Turner. He's in trouble behind the line of scrimmage, fighting, but he is going to be stopped. They give him back to the line of scrimmage, and he was very lucky to get that far, as Quincy did a nice job. Pat Harrington leading the defense to take Turner down, so it'll be 3rd and 10 for North Quincy at their own 29-yard line.
Well, Harrington was right in that backfield just as Turner got the handoff. He just broke through a seam and just got him right around the ankle. Great defensive play.
3rd and 10. Receivers left and right. Fullback and the half. Half is Turner. He gets the handoff. He's got 2. He's got maybe 3. But he is going to be well shy of the first down. And big Sean Fitzpatrick, 6'4", 240, a sophomore, just got on Turner's back and weighed him down, if you will. So it will be 4th down. And North Quincy will have to punt into this ferocious wind blowing at about 40 miles per hour.
I was watching Charlie in pregame. I was watching him punt over there, and instead of keeping the ball low and getting himself low so the ball wouldn't get up high, he's standing up straight and kicking it high, and it'll blow right back in his face.
He drops the football, picks it up. The rush was on. He got it away, but not a good kick. It goes about 10 yards out of bounds at the North 40. Quincy will have it. We are scoreless with 7:20 to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back.
North Quincy 40.
That mostly on his own. Somebody was in the backfield as he got the handoff, but he just was able to scoot around him and get outside the end and pick up good yardage. But I'll tell you, this Fahey kid, if he gets a little room, he's got great speed, he's got great cutting ability, so he's a danger. He might get the ball 5 times and not make a thing, but then he'll break a big one.
Mays and Faherty in the backfield. Now the wing goes in motion to give to Faherty. Up the middle, puts the head down east of a 30, maybe to the 29-yard line again. Mike Powers making the stop for the North Quincy Red Raiders. We'll see where they spot it. They're close to a first down as the officials looking, and they're going to call timeout for a measurement. So with our score 0-0, we'll be right back.
For most, the beginning and end of a stressful workday. There is an alternative. The MBTA offers several solutions. Arriving soon to a stop near you.
Quincy with the ball. They fake the fullback handoff as Dunn keeps it, and he's got 5 up the middle down to the 25-yard line. Stop made by Mike Douglas of the North Quincy Red Raiders.
Well, you know what Moore did on that ball? Moore kept the ball. He faked to the fullback going up the middle, and he just stepped behind him and kept the ball himself and made great yardage right up in the football, right up in the fullback's tail. And I'll tell you something, Moore, he's not a great passer, but he can run. When he wants to run with that football, he's got a big, long stride, and he can take off.
2nd and 5 from the 25-yard line for Quincy, and it's Moore once again east of a 21, struggling forward for maybe 1 more yard. Yeah, I think he got it.
Good strategy, though. That's the same. You run the play once, if it works, they ran it to the right, and they ran the same play to the left, and they picked up some good yardage. And as you say, he was struggling. He just short of that first down.
Yep, Jason Crossman leading the block for him. Moore gets the word from head coach Peter Cella. Bob Noble, the offensive coordinator, with the headset on. Getting the plays, talking to the assistant coaches upstairs. 3rd and a yard. I formation with Mays and Faherty. Moore keeps it rather. And Moore, I'm not sure if he got it. He hit a sea of white jerseys.
Yeah, North Quincy had 3 linebackers coming right up inside between the guys. I don't think he made it.
No, he did not get it. It will be 4th down, 4th and less than a yard. The ball resting just shy of that 20-yard line. Both 20s and the 50s have a red stripe on one side, a blue stripe on the other, in between the white stripe. Needless to say, the red stripe is facing to the north and the blue stripe is facing to the south.
Well, here they go in a power I, Quincy. They're going to go for it right up the gut.
Let's see, maybe we'll have a quarterback sneak, 4th and less than a yard. Now we got a penalty flag, and delay of game is going to be called against Quincy, and that will set up, instead of a 4th and less than a yard, it'll be a 4th and 6, and a very inopportune time to take that penalty.
It sure was, Charlie. Great break for North Quincy. They had their back up against the wall. Only a half a yard to go for that first down, and Quincy again shot themselves in the foot. I don't know what took so long to get that play off. It was coming from the sideline. It didn't seem so. They were just slow to get up to the line of scrimmage and the quarterback to get under the center.
Ball back now at the 25-yard line. Some movement in the North Quincy line. No flags. Play action fake. Moore rolling to the right. Looking. 25. He's on his feet to the 20. He's got the first down, and Moore to the 15-yard line. A run of 10 yards around his own right end for Kevin Moore, and Quincy with the first down.
You know, he played that smart. He just took his time. He rolled out, didn't see anybody open. They flooded this area over here with 3 receivers, and he ran to the right, and he didn't see anybody open, but they were in front of him, and they had coverage of the North Quincy secondary, so he just took his time till they moved back, covering receivers, and he made the first down.
As Moore has been the best back so far for Quincy. On first down, they pitch it to Faherty, going left side. He's got some room, cutting back inside. North Quincy picks up the pursuit and takes him down at the 13-yard line for just a brief second. As the quick pitch out to Faherty on the left, it looked like he had nothing but chalk and green grass between he and the end zone, but North Quincy's pursuit came up very quickly and closed that hole
Powers.
As Mike Douglas and Powers came up to close that hole very quickly. Now North takes time out with 3:03 to go in the first half. Quincy and North Quincy, we are scoreless, and we'll be right back.
Are linked to our increased risk for heart disease or other health problems. You need to eat at least 3 servings of vegetables and 2 servings of fruit daily. And exercise is important for good health. Keep healthy. You owe it to yourself.
Back here at the stadium, timeout on the field as North Quincy calling at the line of scrimmage is the 13-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Quincy as they are knocking on the shadow of the end zone. Quincy with the wind in their back. This drive set up really by the wind as North Quincy with a poor punt into the wind gave Quincy this great field position. Some movement there, no flags, and a handoff straight ahead to Steve Mays, and Mays to about the 10-yard line. Stop made by Captain Kevin Bowes of the North Quincy Red Raiders, so the ball is at the 10-yard line where it will be 3rd down and 3, and it is a long 3 for Quincy. As we said, they do have the wind at their back, but let's see what they do here.
It'll be interesting to see whether they go to the air here or run it. I would say they're going to just try and run it, I would say.
Receivers left and right, backs off set behind Moore. Calling signals, play action fake. Moore on the option pitch to Faherty, sweeping right side. He's to the 10, he's to the 5, fumbles the football. Quincy, I believe, North has the ball. As a Quincy man, I thought had the ball, but Jay Turner came up and over and got the football. So it will be North ball, 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line as Quincy has given the ball up on an interception, and this time a fumble.
Well,
second fumble of the day.
Second fumble, Charlie. Powers had it, and he was... Turner came up and really wrapped him, and then he, it looked like, as you said, he fumbled the ball out to the sideline, off the field, but Turner picked it up, and a big break here for North Quincy. Great defensive play because he had, I thought he was going to go into the end zone.
Yep.
A great defensive play by North Quincy.
Well, I had thought that Jim Quigley had recovered the ball for Quincy. That's what we call, but there was some infighting down on the sideline, and Turner came up with it. Bergoli calling signals on 1st down. Handoff straight ahead to Mike Powers. Mike for maybe 1 or 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down. And Quincy, 2:01, clock moving. So for Quincy right now, they would like to hold North Quincy without a 1st down and force the Red Raiders to punt into this vicious wind, and Quincy would get that good field position once again. on second down. Wide hole behind quarterback Brigoli, and he gives it to Turner. Turner's got a hole to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, up to the 22-yard line goes Jay Turner, and it is a first down for the North Quincy Red Raiders. Pat Harrington made the stop for the Quincy Presidents.
Big play for North Quincy. It gets them out of that danger zone, and Turner finally got into that secondary, and when he gets there, boy, he's dangerous. But I noticed one thing, Charlie. I mentioned before the game that he had a lot of fumbles this year, but I saw when he got tackled this time, he had both hands on that football. He didn't want to cough it up again.
First and 10 for the Red Raiders. They have the ball at their own 22-yard line. And they give to Powers, the fullback, on a counter play, and he gets up for 2 to the 25-yard line. A couple of very hard-earned yards there. Dan Nickel, one of the captains for Quincy, making that stop.
Nichols is a great ball player. I'll tell you right now, these two lines, the North Quincy offense and the defensive line of Quincy, and both ways, these kids up front, we don't always mention their name on each play, Charlie, but they're playing good, hard, tough football up there. That's where this game is going on.
Absolutely, and not a lot of passes and fancy touchdowns, but the line play today is outstanding.
All right.
And one play run, Nathan Del Rosario taking Mike Powers down at the line of scrimmage, and now Quincy's going to call timeout with 34 seconds to go, as they're going to try and force North Quincy, if they have to punt. So we are still scoreless, and we'll be right back. So that's not a good score for Weymouth fans as they trail Walpole 7-0. Weymouth has to win and hope for a Wellesley loss today, and in order to make the Super Bowl. But we'll see what happens here. So time back in now as North Quincy comes out. It is third down and almost 7 for North Quincy. And Quincy, I'm sure after this play, if North is unsuccessful, will use a timeout to make Quincy punt into this ferocious win. Man in motion. Now he's stutter stepping. That's the fullback to give to Turner up the middle. He's to the 30. He's to the 34-yard line, and he has the first down as Turner looking at the fullback Powers.
Close, Charlie. It's a timeout.
They
spotted the ball.
spotted it
like
back.
He made it, but the referee put it. The linesman put it back away, so it's going to be awful close. But I guess they're giving it to him now.
Yep.
There's a little decision, but that was a nice play. The man in motion actually trapped I think it was the right guard or the right tackle on the right side of North Quincy's line, and Turner ran up inside of that block. So it was a nice executed play, but it really got North Quincy off the hook, because if they had a punt down here, they'd be in trouble again.
First and 10 with 11 seconds, and unless the clock stops, this may be the last play of the first half, as the handoff going to Mike Powers, and he gets just about a yard, and that's going to do it for the first half. We have played a scoreless football game here at the stadium, and John Nicholson is going to go out, and let's see, he's going to try and get a quick word with Coach Peter Cella. John?
Coach, it's been a banger this morning.
What do you think I'm going to say after that call?
Well, I was standing there, and it was a tough one to make.
It was not a tough one to make. He was down.
All right, well, you heard that, Charlie. Peter Chell upset over that fumble, and we'll try to get Coach Ken McPhee from North Quincy. Kenny, it's been a banger this morning.
Yeah, we're pretty anemic on offense. We got to get that thing rolling. We got a little bit going at the very end of it, but we got to do a much better job offensively. Defensively, we come up with some big plays, but can't rely on that. The wind is creating havoc, so you gotta drive the ball.
Yeah, and it's all been played down on this end of the field. There's nothing been past the 50-yard line.
That's where the wind's blowing, so that's what you're going to get. So we're going to have to try to do something offensively to get this thing started, and hopefully we can get that in the second half.
All right, Ken, thank you very much. Charlie, the opportunity to talk to both coaches there, and I might add, I was right down at that end of the field when that fumble occurred, and Peter Cella, who does not often get upset and show emotion, showed a lot of it at that time, saying that the player was down, and I said it was a tough call to make. I was standing there, and Peter didn't quite agree with me. He said it wasn't that tough, that he was down. Charlie, I'm going to hold it here for just a second and talk to Bobby Fitzgerald from South Shore Buick, our featured sponsor on today's Thanksgiving Day game. And Bob, we got a great game going here.
We have a super game going here. Folks don't know what they...
Well, thank you, John Nicholson. We are here at halftime at Chile Veterans Stadium. Actually, the day turning out not quite as bad as I thought it was going to. It's a sunny day. It's still windy, but not terribly bad. A scoreless tie. Jason, I know you are not surprised.
Not surprised at all, Don. This first half has been all turnovers and good defense by both ball clubs. Quincy's turned the ball over 3 times, stalling a couple of drives that were going to produce points. That last one, Faherty took an option pitch from Moore, got it down about the 3-yard line. He dove over the top. We don't have the benefit of a replay up here, Donnie, but I thought the ground caused the fumble.
Well, I thought it was a good call, but who knows? We differ on that. I'll tell you, I think the first half has been all Quincy. Offensively, 5 first downs to only 2 for North Quincy. But unfortunately for the Presidents, all the mistakes have been going against Quincy also. Donahue recovered a fumble. Matty Citizen Kane picked one off. And then Jay Turner recovered that fumble at the 5-yard line. Quincy, I think, controlling everything, good things and bad things.
Yeah, Don, both of these teams have not been able to take advantage of the wind to their back either. They're both running football teams. Quincy, like you said, Matt Kane had the interception, tried to come out throwing the ball on first down, threw it a little deep, the wind might have got under the football. Matt Kane made a nice interception backpedaling. But, yeah, both defenses played really stellar. Dan Nichols come to play today. Steve Wiltshire. Quincy's defense looks solid, and so is North Quincy's. And it's going to be turnovers the rest of the way, I think.
Yeah, I think right now the Quincy front line, Steve Wiltshire, Dan Wooden-Nickel, Jamel Copeland, Jason Crossman, they're winning the battle right now. North started to make a little headway there towards the end of the second quarter. I was a little bit surprised that Quincy didn't use their timeouts earlier and more of them, just to force North Quincy into a bad situation. Every time they've tried to punt, it's been a disaster for North.
Yeah, it's been tough punting into the wind. But like we said before, no one's really taken advantage of this. But I think North Quincy has nothing to be ashamed of. They played a good first half. They get out of it with some tough defense, caused some turnovers. Like we said, it's scoreless. North Quincy got to come out and just turn it around in the second half.
All right, so as we have stated, we are scoreless here at the half. Go get some eggnog, get a turkey wing, some mashed potatoes, whatever you're going to get. We'll be back for a second half action real soon, so don't go away.
No, this is a different pot. Wait till I come down. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Did you see Dee Dee? Yeah, man, I can see over. You just told her who you were. Who's the PA now? Right here.
They have to wait, they wait.
This is good. I don't believe this. I told you, they're the best.
Who directs the Quincy?
Oh, wait a minute.
Sullivan?
Me and Sullivan, yeah. But they're not done.
Isn't she the,
She's the advisor, I'm the coach.
you are? Oh, I see.
Have a Y
But she,
in there.
doesn't she do something with,
Wait till they set.
the fabric at the school?
Yeah, she's security.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
The mayor's office down below.
The great will always soar above the mediocre.
Minor adjustment. The whole routine actually was. Oh, do you need the microphone too?
Yeah, would you hold it for me?
Yes.
For the cable, for the TV? Hey, don't forget your radio.
This is for TV.
Right.
Want me to introduce the North Phillies?
Yeah.
Are they ready?
Yeah, under the direction of Miss Susan, Susan Dillon, da-da-da. Can you take this
And
out of the
now,
way?
ladies and gentlemen, the North Quincy High School cheerleaders, under the direction of Miss Sue Dillon.
This one. Or maybe it's, I don't know. Ready?
You want this one?
Yeah, sure.
When I was free, I pushed the fly. While chopping wood, I moved my legs. And I started dancing while I gathered eggs. Welcome to the big show. He could go all the way.
Thanks, girls. Nice job. It was wonderful. You got it all.
And, well, we've got to get some offense going here as Quincy And we said it at the top of the broadcast, and not knocking Quincy or anything, but with the talent they had coming back, you have to say that coming to this game with a 4-5 record is a disappointment for North Quincy. Very green, very young team. Saw them early this year, and they played a terrible game. And I'm sure Ken McPhee is happy coming in at 4-5. So it's up to both teams, and we'll see who steps up.
Charlie, they're a green team, North Quincy, but if you look down on this sheet here, and you look at the defense and offensive team, there are only 2 underclassmen playing.
Send it down here, we'll do it, yep.
There are only 2 underclassmen playing on this team. So they're inexperienced, but they're seniors that are inexperienced. So Kenny McPhee will lose most of this ball club this year. And the other side of the ledger, Quincy has only about 4 or 5 underclassmen starting both offensive and defensive. So both teams are going to graduate a lot of seniors.
All right, let's send it quickly down to John.
Okay, thank you very much, Charlie. And just a quick word with Mike Cheney. Mike, I know you're going to talk about first night, and play's about to get underway here, though.
Just very briefly, we want to congratulate both teams and announce at this time that at first night we're going to have ice sculptures of both North Quincy High and Quincy High. And speaking of that, the first night buttons are on sale. They'll be at the Christmas parade, selling them for $5, one-shot deal. And after that, they'll be available. But we want to congratulate both players. We didn't know which one to pick, which side to pick, so we picked them both.
That's a neutral thing to do, Mike.
Well, this New Year's Eve, you'll be able to see both ice sculptures right out in front of City Hall, and they're sponsored by the Jervis Brothers.
Okay, Mike, thank you very much, and maybe we can talk in more detail a little bit later on or right after the game if you're around. Charlie, back to you.
Okay, thank you, John. As Quincy will be kicking off, defending the north goal, the goal to our left as we look out at the stadium. So North Quincy is going to have the wind in their face in the third quarter as Jody Bravo and Jay Turner are deep, set to receive this kick, which will be coming off the foot of Brian Dunn. Should, with the wind at his back, be able to put this pretty close to the goal line. We are back underway, end over end. A short kick bounces at the 15, taken by North Quincy. 15, 20, 25, up to the 30, to the 31-yard line goes Jody Bravo as they kicked it away from Jay Turner. 1st and 10 for the North Quincy Red Raiders. Well, halftime, and as an old member of the band, I just am really disappointed. We did not have either band out on the field at halftime, and the city of Quincy, well, I just, and this is me personally talking as a former member of the band, one of the great things was both bands coming out and playing before the game and also out in the field at halftime, and well, I missed it, and well, maybe somebody's listening, and next year, God willing, we're all here. Would love to see the bands out at halftime. It's all part of the show. 1st down and 10 for the North Quincy Red Raiders. Handoff to Jay Turner. Back to the line of scrimmage. That is about all. Dan Nickel making the stop for the Quincy Presidents, along with Steve Wilshire. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Red Raiders.
Well, he just bounced off. Turner just bounced off those big Quincy linemen. They were just there to meet him head on, and he just hit head on, and he recoiled back as he hit those big Quincy linemen.
Red Raiders come out. Wide man Brian Deptula, sophomore, is to the right. Wide man left, back split behind Chris Bergoli, the quarterback. And now we get a whistle pitch to Turner, but North Quincy did not get the play off in time. It'll cost him 5, and we'll make it 2nd down and 14. And Coach Ken McPhee, the hat has come off, and he is yelling as he is having a word with Bergoli, and
Charlie,
not
they're so
pleased.
slow coming out of the huddle. They
Both teams
Yeah,
have been.
both teams are
Both
doing
teams.
it. They instead of breaking briskly from the huddle, sending the, coming up and setting down, they come out of this huddle slow, and then he looks around and he takes all the time in the world before he calls the signals. And I'm saying not only North, but Quincy did exactly the same thing.
Yep.
Not good football for this time of year in a game like this.
Both teams very nonchalant moving up to the ball so far this morning. Wide man in motion, pitch to Turner, trying to sweep right side, breaks one tackle, breaks two, he's to the 30, to the 35, and driven out of bounds at the 38-yard line over on the far side on that quick pitch to Jay Turner, getting some blocking from Mark Stanton out in front of him, and it will set up a third down. Gain of about 8. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the North Quincy Red Raiders. 9:17 to go in this third quarter. We are scoreless.
He gets some good blocks out there, Charlie, on that end run. I think that's what they're going to have to do. North's going to have to try to get outside. It's pretty tough going up in the middle against that big Quincy line.
On third down, fullback goes in motion. They give it to Turner, and he tries up the middle and is met by a sea of blue jerseys as the entire front wall of Quincy High School came in to take him down. Mike Chinette leading the charge, and it will be 4th down. North Quincy has just not been able to do anything offensively this morning against this very strong Quincy line.
Yeah, here they got a punt, and the wind's really, I'm looking at the flag over there. I thought the wind had died down a lot, but it just seems to just pick up as North Quincy is going into a punt situation. So they have one safety back. They have 10 men up on the line coming after this punt. So they're going to put the pressure on them and hope that might get a bad snap or he gets a little slow getting that ball off, but they're going to pressure him so he doesn't get a good kick.
Powers will kick it. McPartland is deep. 10-man rush for Quincy. Gets a good snap from center. Gets it away. Rush was on. It bounces into North territory and will be downed by Quincy at their own 42-yard line. They'll take over there. We are scoreless in the third quarter. We'll be right back. And Faherty in the backfield to give to Faherty, sweeping left side. He's got a hole over the 45 up to the 50 and into North Quincy territory. A gain of about 9 yards for the great running back Sean Faherty, 5'9", 165-pound senior. And now the officials are going to take time for a measurement.
That's where Faherty likes to run, right off that tackle. He's better really to the left side than he is to the right side, I noticed over a few games. But he likes to run off that tackle, wide off tackle, and if the end comes down, he'll go around them. If the end doesn't close, he knows how to make that cut up beautifully inside the end, and that's what he likes, and that's what North Quincy's got to stop him from doing. Looks like a first down, Charlie.
It is a first down, and the Quincy players helping out the officials with the first down signal. 1st and 10 for the Presidents at the Red Raider 48-yard line, as we said. Quincy with the wind at their back, moving from north to south or left to right as we look out of our broadcast location. Best place to be in the world, let me tell you, folks. Oh boy, did I miss this last year.
And we got a new booth, too.
Yeah, we have a new booth. First time we've done Thanksgiving in this booth that I have, anyway. Pass play out on the left flat for Faherty as Moore took the snap and tried to hit Faherty, but it went incomplete. That was very close to not being a forward pass and almost a lateral, but it was a forward pass, incomplete, and it will be 2nd down and 10.
I'm surprised they went to the short side of the field. They were on the left hash mark, and they threw that pass to the left. He really didn't have much room to move over there. I think they throw it to the other side, to the wide side of the field.
2nd down and 10 from the north 48-yard line. Man in motion from right to left, pitch to Faherty, trying to sweep right side, hit at the line of scrimmage and taken down as North Quincy stepped up. Frank McNamara making the stop for the Red Raiders. Loss of a yard, so it'll be 3rd down and 11. As Faherty had the wide side of the field that time, Tom, but North shut it down.
Well, Manny Vasquez was in on that tackle, too. Vasquez is he's small, he's only a small kid, but boy, he's one heck of a little football player, I tell you. He really nailed him on that tackle.
3rd and 11 from the 49-yard line. Moore back to pass. Here comes the rush. Gets away from 1, gets away from 2, has his man complete at the 45-yard line. Penalty flag. It was complete to Brian Dunn. But we may have a lineman downfield.
I think so, yeah. I think that's. I didn't see any penalty. I looked back where he threw the flag.
Thrown right about at the line of scrimmage, and it is
illegal.
Referee indicated ineligible against North Quincy, and then realized, nope, that's not it. It's the team with the ball. So it is against Quincy. So they'll mark off the yard. They're going to decline it, but it is a loss of downs. So they will take the 4th down. Now, why didn't they take the yardage? Because it's an automatic loss of down.
Now they're taking it. They're going to take it. Sure they are.
Okay.
4th down. Sure.
All right. Well, it's a loss of down whether you take the penalty or not. So 4th down. So they let the play stand, but it is 4th down. So Turner is back deep, set to receive Brian Dunn's punt.
They got everybody coming from North, too. Low snap.
Low snap, gets it away, and not a good kick with the wind at his back. It bounces at the 28. It stays in and will die at the 21-yard line. Quincy got a good break as the ball looked like it was heading out of bounds at the 30, but he got a 9-yard roll out of it. 1st and 10, Quincy at their own 21-yard line. 6:05 to go, 3rd quarter. We're scoreless, and we'll be back. Play run for the North Quincy Red Raiders. Turner with absolutely nothing, so it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the North Quincy Red Raiders at their own 21-yard line. And I know we're beating the wind thing, but it is very much a factor in the wind in North Quincy's face here in the 3rd quarter. So unless North Quincy gets some yardage here, they're going to be deep in their own territory punting unless they come up with a couple of 1st downs. As Brigoli calling signals, Turner goes in motion, and the pitch is to Turner as he goes wide and he falls forward for a couple of yards, but Quincy did a great job. Dan Nickel strung it out for the Presidents. Also Pat Harrington, as Turner was denied. He got a couple on second effort, but Quincy did a great job defensively shutting that play down.
Well, it wasn't a hard play to defense in a way, Charlie, because the motion man just kept sliding across the line, and then he went to the strong side, and Quincy linebackers, of course, knew that's where that play was going to go, to that side where he blocked. So, but they're not going to make much yardage up inside of Quincy. I keep saying that.
And the give to Powers, the fullback. He's cutting outside. He's got some room. He's to the 30, 35, 40, and is just tripped up from behind. Mike Powers could have taken that for a lot more, but Steve Mays tripped him up at the 40-yard line. He fell forward to the 44-yard line, but it is a first down for the North Quincy Red Raiders.
Well, he started to go up inside. I think the play was off the right tackle or off the guard, and the Quincy defense all took the fake to the right, and he was out there. Then he cut out, and he went around the end with his speed, and that's why he made the good yardage. It wasn't a design play, really.
First and 10, North at their own 44-yard line. Brigoli on the handoff to Mike Powers, hits the middle of the line and gets absolutely nothing. Nichols making the stop for the Quincy Presidents, along with Captain Steve Wilshire. Nickel also a captain. So we want to salute our captains there.
Well, they're both great ball players, I'll tell you, and they're great college prospects. They're good size, and I'm sure that many of the colleges in this area are looking at these kids on this big Quincy line.
Well, it proves that you can play competitive sports in the Quincy schools and be a competitive student and be sought after by some very, very nice schools, as the two Quincy's have sent not just boys, but a lot of the girls from the great volleyball teams that North and Quincy has had. A lot of women have gone on to scholarships. So some people say you can't get a good education, but and we are two products of it, and we beg to differ. You can get a good education and play competitive sports in the Quincy Public Schools. It is 3rd down and 9. Brigoli under pressure, and he throws it away as he had two blue jerseys lining him up, looking like the drumstick of the Thanksgiving turkey. And Brigoli, running for his life, just threw it into the 3rd row of the far stands over on the
I don't know where the blocking was on that play, Charlie. He ran to his right, but he ran so deep, and they just, Quincy, of course, just strung it out, like I said previously, and they were waiting for that. He doesn't drop back. That's one of the problems with North's offense, passing offense. He doesn't make the quick drop sometimes and hit the tight end, and that would hurt that Quincy defense, but they always sprint it out. Here's the kick.
With McPartland to receive, and now we get a whistle, and we're probably going to have another delay of game call, and that will be the 3rd today, if it is. And no, it's procedure against North Quincy. Same difference. It'll cost them 5. So it'll put the ball back at their own 39-yard line, and North kicking into this wind. 2:43 to go. North will have the wind at their back in the 4th quarter. Quincy has yet to take advantage of the wind at their back. Here they come, and he gets it away. Powers gets it. It bounces at the 38, taking a Quincy bounce up to the 41-yard line, and that's where the Presidents will start at their own 41. We are scoreless in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back.
At the 41.
North Quincy jumped offside, and there was some movement in the line procedure, but Quincy drew them off as this will cost him 5, and it will set up a 1st and 15 for Quincy, putting the ball back at their own 36-yard line.
These aren't the kind of mistakes you should be making this late in the season in a big game like this, Charlie. Both teams are coming up with terrible penalties.
On 1st down, calling signals. Wing in motion. Moore pitches it to Faherty. Faherty trying to sweep, breaks the tackle. 40, 45. He's up to his own 47-yard line and taken down, picking up about 7 or 8 yards. And Joe Donahue making that stop for the North Quincy Red Raiders as Quincy finally springing Faherty with a little bit of room, and he is the kind of runner that if you give him some room, he is going to burn you.
That's the all-option play, and they ran it well.
I formation, Mays and Faherty, receivers left and right. And they give it to Faraday again, and this time he is nailed. Oh, my word, did somebody get the number of that truck? Brian Deptula just came in and took Faraday and threw him down, if you will, like the Eaton drumstick bone.
He came in from the other side.
Whoa.
He came in from the other side, too, and he just whopped him.
Loss of a couple. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for Quincy. Clock moving with 1:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. We are scoreless. You're listening to News Info 1300 WJDA Quincy. As Moore rolling out, rolling to the right, looking, it's intercepted. Picked off by North Quincy at the 44-yard line by Manny Vasquez. As the pass was underthrown, and Vasquez said thank you very much. It'll be 1st and 10 North Quincy. Probably their best field position of the day. It will be at their own 47-yard line.
Yeah, I know. We were just talking in that timeout, John. I don't think North Quincy, I might be wrong, but I don't think North Quincy's been over the 50-yard line yet in this game, so they're pretty close to it now. But Moore threw that ball. He had a receiver, but he didn't throw it quite far enough, and Vasquez made a beautiful catch on it, and it gives North Quincy here a little life to get some offense going, get some good field position.
Well, Quincy has really been their own worst enemy today. 2 pass interceptions and 2 fumbles, and that has hurt. North has not been able to do anything offensively so far in this game, and Quincy has been handed the ball in pretty good field position at least 2 times, and they have not been able to get it into the end zone so far. 1st and 10 for North Quincy. Bergoli on a pitch to Turner, sweeping right side, and he's got a couple. That is about all. He was tripped by Dan Nickel behind the line of scrimmage, but Turner kept his feet and was able to get a couple of yards. So they mark it at the 49-yard line, North Zone 49-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 7. And the North Band over on the far side. Big crowd here, and of course, you know what happens? They have all the seats, but the North people hang up by the wall, and the Quincy people hang at the wall down by the bus yard.
I think they're all standing up at this wall, though.
Yep.
The north side. I'll tell you why. It blocks the wind up there. They don't. That's why they're standing up there, because the wind's blowing that way and the wall's blocking that wind.
Okay, but they stand there anyway.
Oh yeah.
The wind could be blowing the other way, and they'd still be standing
but
there.
the Quincy people are over the far side of the wall. See, the North Quincy people are here, but a lot of those Quincy people usually get down this end. Yeah. But they're staying up there to protect themselves from the wind.
All right.
I know I would if I was down there.
Absolutely. 7 seconds to go in the quarter. Timeout on the field, and so we'll hold it right here. We are scoreless. Quincy and North Quincy, and a victim of that wind is John Nicholson, along with his grandson Sean, down in the field. How you holding up there, fella?
Well, it is windy down here, Charlie. You think you have the best seat in the house up there? Boy, it's a whole lot better down here, right close to the action. You can really feel the game. And this 3rd quarter has been much like the first half. It's just been a real grinding game. A lot of running plays, a couple of passing plays, one of which was intercepted, and only, I think, 1 series has been on the Southern Artery end of the 50-yard line. All of the action has been down on the other end, and we're ready to go now in the 4th quarter. Charlie?
All right, no, actually, we're still 3rd quarter. This is 7 seconds to go as timeout was called, so... On the pitch, going to Powers. Powers trying to sweep right side, and he is back to the line of scrimmage and driven out of bounds with no time left. So that indeed will now be the end of the 3rd quarter. We have played 33 minutes of football, and the scoreboard remains 0-0 as Quincy and North Quincy have played to a standoff. 11 minutes to go. Who will be the winner? We'll find out. We'll be right back to the stadium.
And that's the end of the third quarter, and we still have a scoreless ball game here at Veterans Memorial. Donnie, Quincy just tried to make a strategic move. They tried to call a timeout on third down and force North Quincy to punt into the wind. It didn't work. The third down took more than the 7 seconds that they had left, and now North Quincy's going to kick with the wind and have the win for the fourth quarter.
Well, A for effort by the Quincy coaching staff anyway. It was a good strategic move, and the play just took 8 sevens instead of 7. What are you going to do? Again, the Quincy mistakes killing them this ball game. They've controlled it. They've dominated. North getting a little momentum now as we reach the end of the third quarter. Unfortunately, they have to punt it away, but at least it'll be with the wind.
Yeah, Donnie, both teams are really struggling to move the football this for 3 quarters now, and it looks like North Quincy's probably got an edge now with the wind. What do you perceive to happen in the fourth quarter?
Well, whoever makes the least mistakes, and we'll see if one of the teams can push it into the end zone. But let's send it back to WJDA for the fourth quarter.
5 years ago, my dad sponsored this game on WJDA. Were you there then?
25 years ago, not quite. I think Charlie was here back then. Matter of fact, I know Charlie was here back then. But no, so if the tradition continues on a traditional game, this game was against that, that's for sure. Hey, get some action back in here, Bob, and listen in the car.
I will. Thanks.
All right, North Quincy nearly had, Quincy nearly had the punt blocked, taken by North Quincy up to the 34-yard line, and we've got a penalty flag, and this may be against North Quincy.
Something after the tackle.
Yep, and so personal foul against North Quincy.
It's a late hit or something down there. I don't know what, but the Quincy coaches are pointing right at it, and at the referee on the field, so they saw it. So that's a good break for Quincy, but the difference could be right here now, Charlie. As you said at the beginning of the game, North declined the toss, and they've got the ball with the wind to their back in the fourth period. That could make a big difference.
Quincy with the wind in their face, and as we have said, most of the action has been on the southern end of the field. The ball is still on the southern end of the field, but Quincy, good field position at their own 42-yard line. Quincy moving from right to left in this fourth quarter. Faherty gets the handoff, breaking one tackle, but the second man through gets him for North Quincy. Brian Wells stops him, and it'll be second down, gain of Keppel. It'll be second down and 7. Well, I'll tell you, any seat in this ballpark, no matter what, this is the place to be. Tell you that.
Charlie, excuse me, I just had to mention, I saw Dan Nichols put a block on downfield. It was unreal. He just knocked the North Quincy kid, drove him 10 yards back and knocked him down.
On second down, the play blown dead as they snap the ball, and we've got either a procedure or Quincy didn't get the ball off in time.
Yeah.
We'll see what.
A lot of penalties.
It'll be, and it's a procedure, so some movement in that Quincy line, so that'll move him back, and it'll be second down and 12 for the Presidents. The ball just shy of their own 40-yard line. This is our 50th broadcast of Quincy North Quincy football game, WJDA's 50th anniversary. Thank you, one and all, for your support and your listening over the years. We're very proud. Tom, John, myself, Dennis, we're very happy to be bringing you this game along with South Shore Buick, our sponsor. Faherty gets the handoff, and he is stopped by Vasquez right at the line of scrimmage, actually behind the line of scrimmage, loss of a couple more yards, and it will be third and about 14 now for the Quincy Presidents.
Yeah, you know, Vasquez, they have him listed at 5'7", Charlie, 150 pounds, but I say he's more like 5'6" and about 140, but he's one of the best defensive ball players out on this field today.
Well, Quincy in what should be a passing situation, but the wind in their face. Moore rolls out to the right, looking, got a couple of jerseys chasing him. Flag is down, and he throws it away, and we've got a penalty marker thrown in the vicinity of the quarterback, and let's see.
Might be a clip or
what the call is going to be. It's going to be offensive holding against Quincy.
Oh.
So let's see what Coach Ken McPhee is saying. Decline the penalty.
Yeah.
Because it would be third down again, so they will take the pass incompletion and force Quincy to punt into the wind at their line of scrimmage at about the 39-yard line.
Yeah,
So they do decline the penalty.
Yeah, this will make it cost. They've got to go 13, 14 yards for a first down, and then they have to punt into the wind. So that's what Kenny wants. He wants to hold that team down, the Quincy team down here, and make them punt. And they'll go try and block the punt and put a lot of pressure on them. That's what Quincy was doing to them all in the last quarter.
Well, it'll be Turner and Matt Kane for North Quincy, so it'll be just a 9-man rush for the Red Raiders as Brian Dunn stands at his own 29-yard line awaiting the snap, takes it and gets it away. Line drive kick. It takes a Quincy bounce inside the 35 and will be down at the 32-yard line. Good punt by Kane into a fierce win. North will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 32. We're in the fourth quarter. We remain scoreless and we'll be back.
At 33.
And they're one of our sponsors who brought you high school football this year on WJDA. 1st and 10 for North Quincy from their own 32-yard line. Man in motion. Quarterback Brigoli backs the pass. Steps up, has the man complete at the Quincy 48 and down to the 43-yard line. The man in motion was Matt Kane, and he ran a post pattern over the middle for a gain of 25 yards and a North Quincy first down. That one play may be, and we don't have statistics, but that may be more offense than the North offense has had through the whole game.
Was that Vasquez that caught that ball?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, excuse me, it was Kane.
Kane, right through
Kane
the
who
middle.
caught the ball, but about a 25-yard pickup, and that's more, I'm sure, than North Quincy has had offensively in the game so
right
far.
There. And it was right down to the middle, right just beyond the safety.
Brigoli with the backs offset. Receivers left and right, and now we get a whistle. We get another delay of game. I think that's 2 apiece.
I think that's 3. I think that's 3 on North.
Okay. All right, so 3 on North and a couple on Quincy.
Yeah, maybe
so
3 on Quincy too.
Well, you have the old days, it used to be you'd swap the guards or something, would bring in the play. Now you have the quarterback goes over and has to talk to the offensive coach or the head coach who gives them the play, then back to the field, tell the team in the huddle, and then they go up to the ball. And
so, you know, the other part of that thing is too that the play comes down from up above to the coach on the sideline usually, and then he gives it to the quarterback who comes off the field.
W-I-N, fights to win. W-I-N, fights to win. W-I-N, fights to win. You are watching President's Football on QATV Channel 3. Woo! Go President!
Sweet 54. Everybody should should know it, or whatever terminology
There's nothing
you
new.
use. Yeah. So
you might have, I said that previously, you might have 1 or 2 new plays for this game, but you stick with the things that you've been doing all year.
1st and 15 for North Quincy at the Quincy 49-yard line. Wide out in motion, pitch to Turner going left side. He's got a hold to the 45. He's to the 40, still dragging blue shirts with him. He's down to about the 36-yard line. Goes Jay Turner as Quincy pursued, but couldn't quite bring him down. He had him at the 40. But he was able to squirt free for about 4 more yards. So what could have been 2nd down and about 6 becomes 2nd down and 3 for the Red Raiders.
Great second effort by Turner out there. The only thing he got to do is hang on to that football with both hands. He's fumbling off a lot.
7 minutes to go in the game. We are scoreless. 50th WJDA Quincy North Quincy broadcast. Brigoli looking to pass, has a man. It is incomplete. And that official. Oh my word, that official. No, he did take out the yellow flag down at the 15-yard line as the intended receiver and the Quincy player got tangled up. It did look like an interference call, and that official. He must have waited 10 seconds before he took that flag out of his pocket. And a very obvious pass interference call against Quincy.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to call it. He just waited for so long. Yeah.
And I don't want to say the official was influenced by the crowd, but he was very slow in pulling that flag out of his pocket.
Do you think he did interfere, Charlie? I thought he tipped over his own foot. I don't know.
All right.
They said John down there.
Yeah, John?
Charlie, he was slow in pulling the flag out, but he was looking for it. He couldn't find the flag. I was watching to see if he was going to throw it, and he couldn't find it in his pocket. But he did intend to throw it much before he got it on the ground.
Ask John, did you see it, John? Could you see that play down there?
I did. Yes, I did, Tom. And,
you think it was interference?
I think it was a good call.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so they call it holding, so that will put the ball at the 26-yard line, and it will be 1st down for North Quincy at the Quincy 26-yard line. 7:09 to go in the football game in a scoreless tie. Brigoli calling signals. Wide man right goes in motion to the left. The pitch to Turner, sweeping left side, cutting it back inside the 25, down to close to the 20-yard line. Brian Dunn making the stop for the Quincy Presidents as North is close to a 1st down.
Nice cut by Turner. Started outside and found a little seam and cut up inside. He's really running hard right now. He's really up to he's a great back, and he just hasn't had a great season because of the fumbleitis. But he is one of the best, classiest backs that I've seen around in quite a while.
Well, let me correct that. North is not close to a 1st down. Looked at the wrong stick. They're at the 20. They have to get to about the 16. Turner gets the handoff, and he is stopped. Nice play by the Quincy Presidents as Roy Papke just came in and took Turner down, and Quincy needed a big defensive play, and they got it right there, and it will set up a 3rd down. The ball back at the 22-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for North Quincy.
Well, he just came out of nowhere and made that tackle. He just got in, and he was in that backfield, just got him around the ankle. He would have gone for good yardage.
Receivers left and right. Brigoli has one man in the backfield. That's Powers. He's back to pass. Rushes on. Brigoli is sacked at the 33-yard line as Quincy just came busting through. Nathan D'Orazio was coming in, and Brigoli rolled out, looked, and not all of a sudden, very quickly, there were white jerseys all around him, and he had to eat the ball.
He had nowhere to go. There were 3 of them surrounded him. He started to retreat. He lost his sight of the vision downfield, and he got rammed.
And North Quincy calls timeout. It'll be 4th down and 16. Line of scrimmage is the Quincy 33-yard line. 5:18 to go in the game. We remain scoreless, and we'll be right back. The Super Bowl bus for Weymouth may not be taking off. They need to win, and they need help from Needham.
Must be a pretty good team, that Walpole team, Charlie.
Usually are.
Yeah. Because we've seen Weymouth, we said previous, and they're a pretty good football team. So Walpole must be pretty good to be 13 points up on them. But here's a big play for North Quincy now, 4th down, and they've got to get about 15, 18 yards, almost 20 yards for a first down. So.
Well, they got a ways to go here, and they're going for it on 4th and 16 from the Quincy 33-yard line. Bergoli under center, play action fake. Here comes the rush, throws it away, has a man complete at the 22 to the 21, and it is a first down for North Quincy as Mike Powers came out and hauled in a 4th and 16 for 17 yards and a Red Raider first down.
And boy, he caught that ball about three yards short of that marker, and he fell over. He just made it. That's that kind of a spot. They're still holding the ball over there.
So they're
he's got it. He's got a great play on his part. He twisted and turned. He had to actually wait for the football and come back and turn his back. And then as the man tackled him, he struggled and fell forward. So that was a great catch and a great play by Powers. And he's probably the mainstay of this ball club, I'll tell you. He comes up with the big plays, offensive and defensively. But a nice pass. He threw that pass under an awful lot of pressure, too.
North Quincy has called timeout. They have 1st and 10 at the Quincy 16-yard line with 5:11 to go in the football game. Quincy and North Quincy in a scoreless tie, and let's take a break. Yards and 1 inch as North keeps the drive alive. Receivers left and right back split behind Bergoli, and he play action fakes, now rolls out to the right. He's got a Quincy player chasing him. He throws it down and throws it away as he had a couple of people. He had Powers, one man, and Frank McNamara the other, and they were both well covered by Quincy, so Bergoli threw the pass away.
That was a smart move on his part. He didn't have anybody downfield, and he was running so fast to get away from those two big linemen that he was smart to throw it out of bounds.
2nd and 10. This the opportunity for North Quincy, their deepest penetration of the day, and with the clock at 5:03, they may not get the ball back if they have to give it away. The pitch to Turner, trying to cut it up the middle, and he's got maybe a couple. That is about all. Dan Nickel on the defense for the Quincy Presidents. Also Nathan Del Rosario on that stop, and it will set up a 3rd and 7 for the North Quincy Red Raiders. Checking in is Tim Lewis for Coach Peter Cella as he replaces Del Rosario. Gets a high five. Congratulations from Bob Cuther,
And he's trying to
defensive
call a
coordinator.
timeout over there, I think. He's whistling in the...
No, they
he
come up
wants
to
a
the ball.
timeout, but they don't see him. Time now, he's going to get a penalty.
Now is a penalty, delay a game against North Quincy.
Jesus, they never saw him.
Coach
Kenny
Ken,
was over there.
Coach Ken McPhee is just
And
livid.
the man he was talking to was walking around. He might have called him for motion over there.
Now, delay of a game. Coach Ken McPhee is just giving it to Mark Stanton.
Well, Stanton was over there as a flanker, Charlie, and he
and
was
also
talking to
Bergoli.
him. He
Yep.
was trying to get a timeout, and I think what happened, did he definitely call a delay or did he call motion?
I thought it was
okay.
delay a game.
Yeah, it could have been, but he was talking to Stanton over the sideline, and Stanton started to walk around. And, of course, he can't do that as a down lineman. He can't do that. He can't be walking around with a...
Well, it'll be 3rd down. North has taken a timeout. The ball back at the 19. It is 3rd and 12 for North Quincy with 4:13 to go in the football game. So let's, while we have a moment, take a timeout.
733-244. If you have that number, take it to the concession stand.
Go, Quincy! Come on, Quincy! Come on, Quincy!
Comes out of the huddle as time back in here. The ball at the 19-yard line of Quincy. The Red Raiders with 3rd and 13. No backs in the backfield behind Bergoli as everybody goes out. He throws it out, throwing it toward the end zone, and it is incomplete, intended for McNamara at the 5-yard line, but well defensed by Quincy, and the wind got a hold of it and blew the ball a little bit. So now it is 4th down. The ball is at the 19-yard line. Coach Ken McPhee, what do you do?
Well, I don't think they have a field goal kicker, so they're gonna have to put this ball in the air. But you know that pass, whoever's thrown up for grabs, there were 2 men covering the North Quincy people over there. It was a wonder it wasn't intercepted actually behind the goal line.
Well, they're going to
I
try.
guess they're gonna try.
Powers with Bergoli to hold is going to try a 20 from the 23, so it'll be a 33-yard field goal, and Quincy asks for timeout. 4:06 to go in this football game. We are scoreless, and North Quincy will be lining up for a field goal. We'll be right back.
When I point to you.
1, 2, 3, 4. Raiders! Come on, let me hear you go! Yeah, go! Raiders! Come on, let me hear you big! Big! Raiders! Come on, let me hear you red! Red! Raiders! Come on, let me hear you go! Big red! Gillett, go! Big red! Now hip hop! Louder now! Let's go! Raiders! Yell it hop! Louder now! Let's go! Raiders! Yell it hop!
At his back, Bergoli waiting the snap. High snap, puts the ball down. It is blocked. It is blocked. Quincy and North chasing it, and it will be recovered at the 40-yard line as the Quincy defense did a great job blocking that attempted field goal. So Quincy will take over 1st and 10 with 3:56 to go in the game.
Well, they were all in there. He came right over the center. And 2 of them were actually blocked that. They were both in there at the same time. And just as he placed that ball down, they blocked it. And then it went over that left sideline. and they picked it up over there, but the Quincy player is down. He's hit just in front of the north bench on the 40-yard line.
The trainer going out to have a look at the injured Quincy player. So there's time out on the field with 3:56 to go in the game. North and Quincy are scoreless. We'll be right back.
Jim Cal.
At the stadium, the Quincy presidents will take the football. The injured player coming off the field under his own power, Jim Quigley, and he's running off the field, so just maybe got his bell rung, got the wind knocked out of him a little bit. So 1st and 10, Quincy with the ball, just under 4 minutes to go, and it's North Quincy had a shot at putting points on the board. Now it is Quincy's opportunity. Full house backfield behind Moore. And the give to the wing up to the 45-yard line. Straight ahead goes Tim Pizzullo. And that'll be a gain of 7 right in the middle of that North Quincy line.
And Mike Powers came up with the saving tackle for North Quincy. All steady back there at the safety position.
It is 2nd down for Quincy. The ball right in front of us at Quincy's own 47-yard line. Wingman now in motion from right to left. Faherty gets the pitch, sweeping right side 45, and he is dragged out of bounds just, well, they're going to mark it at the 48-yard line. They say he stepped out, so it'll be just a gain of a couple of yards, but it will deny Quincy a 1st down and will set up a 3rd and 1 for a 1st down. Clock stopped on the out-of-bounds play with 3:14 to go in this one. This is News Info 1300 WJDA Quincy. Tom Fitzgerald alongside John Nicholson down on the field. Dennis Knudsen back at our Quincy studio. I'm Charles Ross. A pleasure to bring you the 50th Quincy North Quincy broadcast, the 65th game, but the 50th radio broadcast of this game. And a quarterback keeper for Kevin Moore, and the senior gets the 1.5 yards for the 1st down. The ball now on the north side of the field at the 49-yard line.
Full house backfield.
As they go left, go right, give it to Steve Mays, the fullback, and he gets maybe 1 or 2, if that, before being taken down. Brian Deptula on the stop for the North Quincy Red Raiders. Gain of just 1 yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Quincy comes out. Tom Kelly, the center, over the ball. That full house backfield. Nobody wide. Moore takes it, rolls out to the right, looking. He's got a man chasing him, breaks away, breaks 1, 2 tackles, and is stood up at the 45-yard line. And he got smashed at the 45-yard line. I'll tell you something. Kevin Moore, this his last game being a senior. He never earned 3 harder yards than that, as he was just nailed. It sets up a 3rd and 5 for Quincy at the north 45-yard line.
That's what you call sacrificing your body, Charlie. Here they are in a full house backfield here.
Minute 45 to go. Handoff, break down, tackles at the 40, at the 35, at the 30, at the 20, at the 10, and driven out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. It'll be a 1st down for Quincy as Nathan De Rosario with a beautiful run and a Quincy 1st down.
What a ball. What a run, Charlie. He just outran. He just turned it on, and he had pursuit from the inside. It looked like they had him on the angle, but he just fought and fought and fought and gave a beautiful straight arm, and he was finally tackled down on the 12-yard line. So what a play for Quincy, and what a great run.
De Rosario looked like a bull in the
Sure
china
did.
shop, but for Quincy fans there, they'll take it. Thank you. Faherty gets the handoff, sweeps right, and is stopped at the line of scrimmage as Kevin Bowles making the tackle for the North Quincy Red Raiders. Minute 20, clock moving.
Well, the Raiders got to dig in now. I tell you, Quincy's really primed up. They got a minute and 14. That's enough to get in there if they're going to really push that ball. I think they're going to stay on the ground.
Quincy's going to have to pretty much score a touchdown because that wind is in their face.
Oh yeah,
so,
they can't. They got to put
field
it
goal,
in there.
I don't think is an option here.
There's no option. He's got the
Faherty's
corner.
got the room. He's to the 10. He's to the 5, and he is driven out of bounds at the half-inch line.
Oh boy, I thought he went in.
Faherty dove for the flag and got on the wrong side of it, but it will be a first down, first and goal for the Quincy Presidents.
What a nice option play.
1-yard line.
What a great option play. Kevin's kept that ball just in time, and he gave it to Faherty on the pitch, and Faherty had the corner, and I thought he went in over the goal line, but as you say, Charlie, it must be it's the nose of the football is probably an inch away from the goal line.
Quincy calls a timeout with 49 seconds to go, and Tom, it's going to come down to a struggle. As we have said, this has been a game of line play. It has not been a game for backs and receivers. It has been in the trenches, and now which trench team will...
I could see, Charlie, after North blew that chance to score down here, when they had the penalty and they didn't score, I could see a little letdown. And I could see Quincy, they were still primed. And Faherty, of course, he never lets down. And I could see they were picking it up a little bit. So the whole thing has changed in a matter of minutes. And here goes the play on the 1-inch line with a full house backfield.
Everybody in that backfield, more on the handoff to Del Rosario. Touchdown! Quincy takes a 6-0 lead as Del Rosario takes it in from 1 yard out. And we have broken the tie. We go 43 minutes, but Quincy has taken the lead. It is 6-0 on the 1 yard Del Rosario run.
With 45 seconds left, but he was hit, as he got up to the goal line, he was hit around the ankles, but he twisted to the right and just brought his body over the goal line. So it was a great drive by Quincy, but you could see Quincy pick it up. North kind of let up a little bit on defense, and that's all Quincy had to do. Here's the extra point.
With more to hold, Quincy will try, and now we get a whistle. The kick was good.
I think it's on North Quincy, the penalty.
It was against North Quincy, but they let the play go. I thought they were going to blow it dead, but Mike Turner puts it through, and it is Quincy 7, North Quincy nothing. We'll be right back. Quincy should get the ball in pretty good field position as Quincy will put it up into this wind, or perhaps they'll just try and line drive it, as Turner is the deep man for North Quincy, along with
where did Verisario come from? Boy, I tell you, he was fresh and he really ran that football.
And we get the kick. It is a low liner. Turner picks it up at the 28, east of a 30, to the 35, up to his own 40-yard line, and taken down at the 41-yard line. So Quincy will try and preserve a 7-0 lead, and North Quincy has 40 ticks on the clock to get on the scoreboard with the wind at their back, as Chris Bergoli, the senior, comes out. And let's see if Coach Ken McPhee, looking down, this will...
You got to see that Quincy, this defensive people are 15 yards back. They're not going to let anybody get behind them, any of those receivers. Here's a timeout now. I think
Quincy calling.
Quincy, the defensive coach, wants to talk to the defense. He's going to tell them, don't let anybody get behind you. Stay back, keep the play in front of you, and put as much pressure on the passer as you can.
All right, let's see, where is he? We'll find him. John Nicholson is down there someplace. Oh, I see him there. He's at the 40. Hello, John.
Hi, Charlie, Tom, and it's excitement down here, the excitement building on that last drive, that terrific run, and then the 1-yard plunge for the touchdown, and you can just feel the electricity here on the sidelines. The Quincy people hoping they can hold it, and the North Quincy people hoping that we've got one more shot and maybe they can get it in there.
Well, we'll see what happens here, but North has really done nothing today offensively, so they're going to have to play the next 40 seconds with a lot more commitment. They've just not been able to do anything against this Quincy defense today, and it's put up or shut up, and the city championship trophy will stay in Quincy. Bergoli looking to throw, and he throws it by Turner at the 43-yard line. Turner was wide open at the 43, and the ball maybe got into that wind a little bit and sailed, but incomplete. So it'll be 2nd and 10 with 37
It's pretty desperate for North. I'll tell you why, Charlie. Bergoli isn't a long passer. He cannot throw too long a pass, and he likes the short passes, and he's got a short range.
2nd down. Quincy. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-man line. Setting up over the middle to Turner. Same play, complete this time. 40, 45, 50. Excuse me, out of bounds at the Quincy 48-yard line with 28 seconds to go. So
he's not going to try and go deep. He's trying to get the ball to Turner, 10 or 15 yards out in the flat, so he can run it in. But now he'll have to, with 29 seconds, he's got to throw it deep.
Well,
but he can't throw it deep. He's not a long passer.
And Quincy knows that North is going to be throwing toward the sidelines to try and kill this clock. So Quincy kind of
they've got to
giving up the middle a little bit down deep. Bergoli back to pass on 1st down over the middle. Has a man complete. 35 and down to the 30-yard line is Mark Stanton, and that will be a 1st down with 22 seconds to go. North with the ball at the Quincy 30-yard line. And North has used their final timeout, as a referee indicating that North is out of timeouts. They burned some early on, and so they will have to rely on out-of-bounds plays to stop this clock. Both teams huddling up. Ken McPhee with the Red Raiders on the far side. You can see the ripples in those jerseys with the wind, and Peter Cella huddling along with Bob Kuther and the Quincy defense.
Well, it's going to be a race to the clock. That's what it's going to be.
QATV 2.
to do.
Well, Quincy will give North
I'm surprised
little bit of
Quincy
room
hasn't
up the
got two
middle.
more back there. They should. They got two very deep, and the other two about 7 or 8 yards off. I thought, and of course they're going man to man. There's North with trips out to the left, so they'll go man to man on them.
Well, let's see if they try and throw it in the middle again and then try and get out of bounds. Bergoli looking to throw, has his man complete at the 23 and out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. It's Mark Stanton. Once again, a very big target at 6'3", 175 pounds. And it'll be second down, gain of 8, second and a couple, clock with 16 seconds to go. It is Quincy 7, North Quincy nothing, as Quincy trying to hold on for the victory to make it 4 wins in a row over the North Quincy Red Raiders. One man in the backfield behind Bergoli, flag down, pass incomplete, right through the hands of McNamara. And
Quincy's trying to 17 over there, claims he caught it. I thought he did catch it. Maybe he went out of bounds, but let's see what they're having a discussion here, whether he caught it or not.
See what the penalty flag.
Was there a penalty over there too?
There was a penalty flag. It was thrown before the
interference?
ball went over there.
I didn't see any
Offside
penalty.
against Quincy. So it was thrown by the far side
by the
official.
linesman over there. Yeah.
And so that'll give Quincy a first down, but will give them, more importantly, 5 yards, putting the ball
Quincy a first down and 5 yards.
inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. 11 seconds to go. North Quincy is out of timeouts.
Yeah.
So the Red Raiders, short pass or not, Bergoli's got to throw it in the end zone. As he drops back, pump fakes once, throws it, has a man, and it is batted away. Good defensive play by Brian Dunn for Quincy as Stanton was in the end zone. He was open, and Dunn just swatted the ball away at the last minute.
He came from out of nowhere, way back in the end zone, and came over and hit that ball. I thought he was wide open. He was going to be able to catch that ball.
5 seconds to go,
one more play,
probably
Charlie.
this will be
this is it.
So North second down, that's doesn't really mean anything here. Quincy 7, North Quincy nothing. North trying to get into the end zone
Trips
to
over
take
here,
a
trips
shot.
over here to the right again.
3 receivers to the right. Bergoli is back to pass. Could be setting up a screen. Has a man complete at the 20, to the 15. Still on his feet. Now they pitch it back to one of the linemen, and it is fumbled and recovered by Quincy. And the ball game is over as the Quincy Presidents have won 4 in a row, as Quincy with a last-minute touchdown defeats the North Quincy Red Raiders by a score of 7-0. The Quincy players run out on the field, helmets everywhere, and the North Quincy players very dejected. A couple of them just getting off the field right now as Quincy has defeated North by a score of 7-0. But
North Quincy didn't quit, Charlie. I'll tell you. I thought that they would never get that ball up the field like they did passing. It's too bad they didn't start that passing game sooner in this ball game. It might have been a different ball game, but it was right down to the wire with the lateral right, the receiver, then the lateral. They fought right up until the end. There was a little North Quincy in the beginning of the ball game didn't have much going. But they lost an opportunity down here with the field goal. And then, of course, it just seemed to me, I could see it, after that, Quincy just picked it up, and then they got those two great runs, and they get that ball in the end zone. You could see North got a little tired, but then they came back, and they put this ball down there again, and their passing attack looked great. I just wonder why they didn't use that passing more during the ball game.
Yep. All right, the two teams are out in the field. North has gone down toward the north end zone. Quincy at about the 50-yard line, and the city championship trophy is somewhere up. I see it. It's right over by John Nicholson, as a matter of fact. Bill Walker, athletic director for the Quincy Public Schools, will be making the presentation to Coach Peter Cella, who's a perfect 3-0 against North Quincy in his 3 years of coaching, and this the 4th victory in a row for the Quincy Presidents. They're still congratulating each other as Coach Peter Cella going to every player, shaking their hand, congratulating them, and
well, you know, Peter Cella, Charlie, we were talking about the ball game out there before the ball game was starting, and what did he say to us? He said, "It's how you asked him how does he feel about the ball game? What's he going to do?" He says, "I've done all the coaching." He says, "It's the kids' game now. It's up to them to play it." He said, "We're just going to send in the plays and let them play the ball game. There's nothing more. We taught them everything they know they can possibly do. It's their ball game. I'm relaxed. Let them play football. Let's have a good football game." And that's what Quincy did. And on the other hand, let's give North Quincy all the credit in the world. They had a hard time getting their offense going. They blew a couple of they blew the opportunity on the field goal. It was blocked. Quincy blocked it, but they came back. They marched right down the field again, and they down there scored at the end of this ball game and made it a darn interesting finish.
Absolutely, it's always dramatic, and they put on another show at every year. It is a great exhibition, and the city can be proud of both of these teams.
Charlie, I want to say one thing. I saw North Quincy play the first couple of games, and I got to give Kenny McPhee and his staff a lot of credit. That football team, when they started out, was one of the poorest football teams I've seen in many years.
I saw one of those games.
Yeah, you saw it. And one of the poorest teams, they didn't look like they were ever going to win a game. And here they came along, and they won 4 ball games, and they played a great ball game today. So, and they look like a good football team. Give that staff a lot of credit. Give the kids a lot of credit.
They just gave the game ball to Lloyd Hill, who will be retiring after the first of the year as principal of Quincy High School. So the game ball has been given to him, and John Nicholson is somewhere down there. So John, it's yours.
Okay, Charlie, thank you very much. And we've got Coach Cella, and as now they raise Principal Lloyd Hill on the shoulders of the players, and everybody's giving him a round of applause. He has the trophy and the game ball, and Coach Cella, a great game today, and a nice gesture at the end of the game for the principal.
Yeah, it really was. Lloyd has been fantastic. He, as a football coach, having him been a football coach, it makes my job much easier. And we're going to miss him. And he's going to retire, and we're just going to miss him, and we just want him to know how much we care about him. Lloyd, get over here.
Mr. Hill, they gave you the ball. Game ball, congratulations to you.
Wonderful, I appreciate it very much. This is a great win. Congratulate Coach Cella and his fine staff. This is a great group of boys. They really did a good job. And I congratulate North. They played a wonderful game. Kenny McPhee and his people were great. Peter Chisholm. But I congratulate our people. They were wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hill. And Coach, you put one good series together, and you scored the only points of the game.
Once again, this is one of those games, like all the others, that could have gone either way. And it just so happened that at the end, we just found enough. Nathan De Rosario, who we felt was about to emerge as a back, really emerged in that last series. But this is it was a back and forth game, and of course the weather conditions had something to do with it, and we turned the ball over 4 times, and I still can't believe that we were able to win doing that. I mean, I thought it was going to be an offensive game, and it turned out to be 7-0. I mean, that's about as defensive as you can get. But on both sides of the ball, there were a lot of heroes, and I'm glad we won. I sometimes I just can't believe how the kids can rise to the occasion, but they did, and God bless them. And I just want everybody to have a happy holiday and a happy Thanksgiving, and thank you very much.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Coach Peter Cella of the victorious Quincy Presidents. And Charlie, I'm going to look around now for Coach Kenny McPhee of the North Quincy Red Riders, and see if we can get a word in with him. Not I don't know if you can see him from up
I'm
where
just
you
looking
are.
for him.
Maybe you can point me in the right direction.
We're
looking.
Put me on the spot. I'm looking, and I don't see him. I see Peter Chrism Jr.
Here he is right here coming in the gate.
Okay, Ken McPhee is just coming
coming
into
up the
the
gate.
tunnel right now. He's going to go into the locker rooms. So John, I don't think you'll get him at
no, if
at this
not if
point.
he's gone into the well,
Well,
he's right there. Let me see.
He's at the tunnel. So John is heading over. So he's going to get a quick word.
Kenny, a tough ball game this morning. Really.
Yeah, really a tough one. What can I tell you? We didn't get an offense going, and tough one to lose.
You almost got it going at the end.
Yeah, you know, no excuses. The better team won today. You know, we just didn't do it right on offense, and we got it going a little bit. And listen, those things happen. I feel real bad for my kids. It's the 4th year in a row. You know, it starts to wear on you a little bit. So, you know, I'm really not a happy camper right now.
Thanks for taking the time, Kenny. Kenny McPhee, the coach of the North Quincy Red Raiders. Always a gentleman, always takes time to talk with us. He mentioned he's not a happy camper today, and I guess considering the game and the way that he came out on the short end of it, he could be a little bit down at this point. Charlie, we'll send it up to you, and then we'll take a look around here and see if there are any of the other officials we can talk to.
Okay, thank you very much, John. Our final score at the stadium, Quincy 7, North Quincy nothing. We'll send it back for a couple of messages, and then we'll be back with our post-game show.
And that's the ball game. The Quincy High School Presidents win the 65th edition of this historic rivalry, 7-0. Jason Swan alongside Don Hayes at the post-game show. Don, after 40 minutes of pretty uneventful football, we had 4 minutes of some fantastic football.
Well, I'll tell you, a little bit more than 4. I think about the last 6 or 7 minutes when North Quincy took over on their second last possession and moved down into the field goal attempt there. The big block, Powers came through with a big play to pick up a first down. Bergoli put the ball right on his numbers. Do Rosario had a big sack at the time that looked like maybe it was going to push North Quincy out of attempting anything. And then Quincy moving down the field, Do Rosario the big run, and then Nathan finishing it off, a 1-yard TD run. Again, 45 seconds left, they score. The fact that North Quincy was able to even get down to attempt to make this a tremendous finish once again was just testament to the intense rivalry in this game.
Yeah, Donnie, it looked like North Quincy was probably going to get a field goal attempt off. It looked like they were going to score with about a minute and a half to go. But they seem to shoot themselves in the foot every time on a delay of game or a motion penalty. Quincy played some tough defense, but I think North Quincy kind of took themselves out of the ball game with a couple minutes to play.
Well, the delay of games hurt, yes, but they didn't hurt any more than Quincy turning the ball over 4 times. I really thought that Quincy had shot themselves in the foot so many times that was it. Because in the 4th quarter, all the momentum was North Quincy until that big block of the field goal attempt by Powers.
That was a big block, and then Quincy goes into the wind to get the final score. The big run by Do Rosario, like you said, and then he takes the ball in with a 1-yard plunge. That's why he has been selected player of the game for the Quincy High School Presidents. And for the North Quincy Red Raiders, we have selected Mike Powers, who showed both sides of the football. He's a hell of a football player.
Yeah, he was a leader on defense as he was dictating what that defense was going to do all day. On the other side of the ledger, with apologies to Dan Nickel and Steve Wiltshire, Nathan Do Rosario had the big sack on Chris Bergoli, then busted down the left sideline, almost broke it all the way, and then I thought it was very fitting that the coaching staff chose to let him finish it off, as he really did deserve it. And once again, a tremendously exciting football game.
And this was on a day, Don, where both defenses really did not give up the big play. Besides the North Quincy 4th and 16 they got on the quick out pass by Bergoli to Mike Powers, who was our player of the game. Besides that play, I think both teams just had one play each, which was a big play, and Quincy's turned out to capitalize for them.
Yeah, but once again, expect the unexpected. We figured that the team with the wind would score. We figured that the team that would score first would win the game, and Quincy did score first, but it was the only score of the game. Once again, it just we thought it was going to be a low-scoring game, and it was. The wind did have a very big impact in the game, but believe it or not as much as I thought it was going to.
No, it really didn't, but it kept the football on one side of the field pretty much for the whole contest. This win gives Quincy their 4th win in a row. Like we said earlier in our pregame show, the first time since 1954 that a team has won 4 in a row. It improves their record to 5-5. They're 4-1 at Veterans Memorial. It drops North Quincy to 4-6, a gut-wrenching loss for them. Like you said before, they've lost 3 heartbreakers in a row.
Yeah, I feel tremendously bad for Ken McPhee right now, and his coaching staff, and his players, because the last 3 years they've had a claw come out of the sky and reach into their chest and pull their heart out. But in any event, a great game, a great season. Hopefully everybody has enjoyed the broadcasts. Thanks a lot to the crew. Thanks to everybody that watched. Hopefully you'll have a great Thanksgiving. This is Don Hayes.
I'm Jason Swan. Have a great Turkey Day.
Good night.